You know what? I got a question.
Away. This is easy pickings.
Tur, I got a question for you, right?
Yes.
When it comes to reject, all right, would you want another military base finish? Right, and the reason why I asked that is because back-to-back militaries, they put up some decent points, right? But the problem is Loops put up 9 eliminations. You can see it right there. And that, I mean, yeah, I mean, look, the difference was 23 points. So even though they put up 14, they only move up 5. So if you're reject, do you even want to go military again?
You know what? I actually wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it at all, because I think it would be an interesting thing, because we see D+ get the back-to-back, we see rejects get a back-to-back top 2, right? So I'm very interested to see if it does go there again, how they're going to play it. My only concern would be other teams now are going to be trying to do something different, so they're not predictable, and that might put RC in a little bit of a disadvantage.
Just drop there at that point, you know. just compete with APG, you know, for all the means, just send it. But no, looking at the leaderboards, I feel like we have to seal the fate of some teams here, 𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐶. Team Secret, 0 points. 𝐿𝐷ianba, 0 points. For me, game over. For me, those teams, you're going home after this. I don't see a comeback, not only mathematically speaking, but also in terms of their presence on the battlegrounds. It's just, we haven't seen anything. So for me, Team Secret, 𝐿𝐷ianba, it's game over.
I agree. I agree 100%. And that's going to mix things up for sure, right? Because right now we're going to have 2 teams for sure that we know are not going to make it to that last chance stage. And guess what, Neptura? That means they got nothing to lose.
Yeah, that is so true, especially when you go, it's the final Erangel, we can just go all for it. It's the, and you know, game 6 as well, it's going to be the final game, we can just go all out. And yeah, as we look at these leaderboards, there's reason to do that, right? The top 3 looking pretty solid, maybe down to 6th place could really just try and snatch that 3rd place away from GOAT, but it's looking like the first 2 now kind of have run away with it, Max.
I'm looking at the bottom of the leaderboards in particular here. Reject 65 points. They started off the day with 38, man. They're having their best day so far by a significant margin too, and they're just shy of pushing themselves finally out of the bottom 5, 𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐶. But they need to keep going. They can't stop now. Reject, if we want to see one Japanese team in the finals, it can only be them.
Well, let's see if it's going to be, but get your popcorn ready. We're going to be right back after this break.
All right, let's go, guys. Infinity GT Pro. I mean, Infinity GT 30. All right, we have Falcon, we have Dig. Now we need APG for a win. APG for a win. Then, and I want this 𝐼𝐶 to win today, bro. APG and 𝐼𝐶. I want them to win today. APG and 𝐼𝐶, bro. I want them to win today. APG need 1 win again to be on the top table. Always they need to be on the top table always. You're not playing today? Yeah, I'm not playing. Wait, let me check the calendar for this stream. I'm only watching the PMGC, so if you guys want to watch with me, watch with me. Yeah, APG need more win, exactly.
Did you watch the last game?
We're getting closer to find out.
Yeah, I watched the last game, bro. Yeah, Dolly. Double squad wipe. 1v3, 1v4. Like, what the hell? Just imagine if this guy was able to enter the safe zone. Damn. If he was able to enter the safe zone, then that would be hit.
What is the plan
That would
for the
be
remaining
hit.
3 matches to make sure that you can actually get up there in the top 3?
Okay, Snip,
That would be it too, honestly, bro.
Sekarang tidaklah begitu yang seperti kita lihat dari hari-hari kemarin.
Yeah, I see the double squad one. I see the double squad one. Yeah, I saw the double squad one, bro.
Paling
Nah.
kita karena 3 game sebelumnya nggak berjalan baik. Game 3 selanjutnya mungkin kita harus menjaga dari kayak mentalitas dari setiap individu ya. Jadi kayak dari kepercayaan diri sama semangat tuh harus yang kayak ya kayak biasa aja lah. Yang kayak ya tetap harus percaya diri sih. Itu paling dari sisa 3 matchnya. Kalau dari segi makro nggak begitu banyak berubah lah kalau dari kita.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we not really perform on the first 3 match. I think for the last remaining 3 match, it's the game of like mentality. I think for each individual, they still need to like prepare their mentality. They need to be that confident. It's because right now it's not about macro, it's not about micro, it's about the mentality itself. So we're looking forward for the next 3 games.
Okay, well, I'm hoping that that mentality is going to shine through. I'm pretty sure all of Indonesia is going to be hoping for that. Thank you so much, 𝐷𝐷𝐴. And I have none other than Rafinha here from Loops Esports. It feels like history is currently repeating itself. Last year at PMGC, you were able to qualify to last chance via 11th place. Right now, you are in 11th place as well. How will you be approaching the last 3 games to make sure you can make it to last chance?
Então, ano passado, no PMGC, vocês acabaram classificando para o Last Chance em 11º lugar de novo. E agora vocês estão no mesmo lugar. Então, como é que vocês vão fazer esse approach para o próximo jogo, para os 3 últimos jogos finais?
Bom, a gente está aplicando hoje aquilo que foi planejado nos 2 primeiros dias. E a gente vai tentar manter essa pegada. Começamos muito bem as 3 primeiras partidas. Então é manter e o top 3 ainda é uma realidade. Então continuar mirando sempre no topo. E é isso, atingiremos.
So, we would continue to apply all the knowledge that we have in the game, and we were planning for the two days. But we are really happy. We started with like 3 very good matches, and we are happy. We are aiming for the top 3, and yes.
Hopefully that's going to be the case because good thing you had those 3 matches. You have had a resurgence from Reject. You see OG as well currently playing with nothing to lose. Those teams are 18 and 19 points away from you. In the last 3 games, do you think that Reject or OG can catch you?
Então, a OG e a Reject estão bem próximos de vocês, né? Estão ali entre os 19 e 18 pontos. Você acha que eles conseguem pegar vocês?
Never.
Ooh, no need for translation on that one. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The final 3 games of Group Green are coming to you.
All right, let's see what's gonna happen, guys. Let's keep going, bro. Let's see Dorian again. Maybe Dorian will cook again, bro.
That's what I like to hear right there. That is how you do it. I'll tell you what, though, from never to always, man. We got to show love to the Infinix GT30 series, the official gaming mode of PMGC 2025. Engineered for precision, performance, and victory, empowering every gamer to be the one and outplay the rest on the global stage. I'll tell you what, Loops need to apply all that knowledge and then some if they want to make it into the top 3, because mathematically it's still possible, right, with what we have left today, but it's going to require a massive game here and now, because these teams in the mid
So I'm still waiting for his moment. He was for a time, right, the new generation of top tier players from Americas, and unfortunately ever since the end of last year we haven't really seen that kind of rise to fame and glory from Rattoboy. But I believe, Loops, you know what, there's still time, there's still 3 matches, there's still an opportunity for them to make that ascent.
Yeah, let's see if they can make that ascent coming up soon. But you know what, we heard close for sure. I think that we're gonna see these next matches heat up like crazy, because I mean every single one of these teams, they don't want to go to last chance, right? They want to make it into those finals. So how much percentage do you think we're gonna see like the gameplay level up in these last 3 matches? What do you think?
I think 50%.
Cool.
I think 50%. It's not. It is a big increase because I think these teams are kind of holding out just a little bit, but they're definitely doing a lot here already. There's not that much holding back. There's just a little bit, but I think just the intensity from everybody is going to make this a really interesting last few games, especially if we look at the 4th to 6th place, or even 4th to 8th, really, actually, because IC are at 104. In 8th place is Falcons with 96. That's less than 10 points away from a 4th place position for Falcons. So all of those teams in between there definitely going to be bringing in the heat in this next game.
I mean, if I can bring up a negative point here, it's 𝐿𝐷. I'm sorry, they had such a banger performance yesterday. There's nothing to show for it today. Really, this team just kind of disappeared. They've had some decent entry points and stuff, but when it comes to fights, I mean, look at this replay. I mean, I'm sorry to say, but it's just getting completely squashed, literally, by the competition. And there's still time to make up for that maybe rough start of the day, unlike Dorian, who clearly has redeemed everything here for his squad. But 𝐿𝐷 here, 𝐻𝐷, this is the team that I need to see something from this next game. Otherwise, with how performant and consistent the top teams like 𝐴𝐵G and D+ currently are today, it's going to be tough to make that comeback.
Dorian really cooked that game,
right
bro.
Here now, I think we got one slot left available, and I think that's the 3rd place position with 𝐞𝐤. Yeah, I mean, D+ have 139. They're playing so well. Alpha Gaming, they're putting up points regardless of the situation. I just think it's too tough to catch up with how chaotic these last 3 matches are going to be. That's in my opinion, you know. So man, we just see the level up right towards these last game, and we just saw Doran 7 eliminations all by himself. I'm gonna tell you, if the Wolves somehow pull it out here and steal that 3rd spot away from 𝐷, it's going to be 100% due to that one particular play. I mean, that's a huge difference maker right here, Max.
Could be. I'm actually, you know what? I want to talk about Dorian real quick. The fact that we've had so many people going to remember Eastern Stars, I'm sure that's going to be a callback for some people. And you had Octavian, you had Cap.
What?
All those guys. And now the one player from that region, 𝐷, from Romania, that stood up and is
just a blast from the past. You took me back 2-3 years there with some of those names, Max. But yeah, Doran, it's so nice to see a player stand out even back then, continuing to do his thing. He's still on top. He still got it. It's really, really nice to see, especially at this level, right? PMGC, and you're able to get 7 eliminations on your own. 1v7 in PMGC is insane.
Hey, by the way, you're talking about Romania, Texas, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Right?
Definitely.
Yeah, no, exactly.
We claim him now, baby. He's on the Wolves. He's rocking that USA flag. That's 100% American. I love to see that. I love to see those plays, and you know, it's these crazy moments, these clutch moments that will just revitalize a squad. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, when you get in these high pressure situations, sometimes you need someone to make it happen. Hey, for D+, it's Chips in my eyes, right? Because anytime the going gets tough, you got to hit those hard peaks, that clutch shot.
Yeah.
He's doing it for the squad. So I mean,
all right, guys, we have 2 more games to go.
Going crazy too, man. I mean, it's they're looking full speed.
But 3 more games, bro. This is 3 more games to go.
No, while we have a bit of time, while we have a little bit of time, I'm trying to think right now, who would be the group green MVP? Like, you got so many contenders, of course, Chips,
that's a good question.
You got Top for 𝐴𝐵G. 𝐷 had some step-up players. Rosemary had some great games yesterday. Like, who would be the one to claim that one? I think it's really close, way closer than what we had during Gauntlet, right? It showed that we kind of had a good inkling of who it would be, but right now, I'm not sure.
I think it's gonna be Chips, to be honest, and the reason I say that is because he was daily MVP yesterday. Was he? Yes. Yes, he was. And then today we've also had a game from him where he was also MVP of that game, whereas Top has not. So Top was MVP day 1, but the performance overall from Top has not been as standout as Chips continues to do. And so I think it is probably gonna Chips be just inching that one over the rest of the lobby.
That's a good pick. Who do you think,
like
𝐿𝐷?
I think that's pretty close. I think it's pretty close right there. I think Alpha is not done yet because I think we saw them do that split in Rondo. That made me hype because I was like, you know what? Yeah, if you're gonna mix things up, you really only need one good game if you're Alpha Gaming to lock yourself in, right? The fact that they did that split and they sent Top, like one of their top fraggers out there to try to get some eliminations, I thought was a brilliant play. I think that if they get a normal set. There's no pressure at all on this squad, as opposed to everybody else, pretty much for the most part, Max.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I just cheated a little bit. I just looked. It's currently in order top 5 MVPs for day 1, day 2, not day 3, but it was top.
All right, guys, the game is about to start again, bro.
And then Chips. So Chips actually way lower than I expected him, Cho. That's
Let's see what's going to happen.
Wow.
I'm so surprised by that, but I suppose MVP for the team maybe isn't MVP for the lobby, right? He's doing things for the team, but maybe the other guys are just out eclipsing him just that little bit more.
Well, man, now is the time, folks. You gotta put up some points right here, right now.
Get ready, guys.
The grassy
Let's
lands
go.
of 𝐿𝐴𝐴 for the final time today.
Guys, at least let's get some likes, guys. Let's get some likes.
I want to know.
Let's get some likes.
Well, I don't know about you, but I feel like Doran's going to win this one. I don't know who he's playing for or whatever. I'm all about him, right? That's that seems to be the case. Take on the entire world on his low.
Man, what's wrong with this shit, bro?
What a monumental achievement in that last game, but all jokes aside, it's definitely Team Secret winning.
You think Team Secret's getting a win here?
100%. Every time, it's Team Secret. No doubt in my mind.
Maybe another 𝐻𝐸𝐈𝐶 circle, potentially. That could be certainly interesting. I think the players probably hate it, though. But yeah, we are getting another game, probably back to normality.
Who you
maybe,
got?
I hope.
Who you got winning this one? Honestly, guys, I want 𝐴𝐴PG to win one game, but I think they do well in what's it called? In Miramar. So I think maybe they can get a win in this what's it called? In this Arangel. But if they can't get a win in this Arangel, then
definitely a possibility.
𝐼𝐶 should be able to get the win. 𝐼𝐶 or DK.
Pull it off.
𝐼𝐶 or DK should be able to get the win.
Nice and early though.
𝐼𝐶 should be able to get the win, or DK.
No worries on that 𝐻𝐸𝐈𝐶 finish this time around. 𝐷𝐿TER get to head up towards that north side around the Pubg mansion split, so they should have a decent start in this game.
Yeah, that east side will be the focus now.
Oh my god, man. Guys, like up the stream, man. Honestly, I'm getting tired, bro. The game is so fun.
Around those bridges. Now, we were looking a lot at the Falcons over that last match, right? And Doran was looking at them too. But the thing that they really adjusted in those last 2 matches was the speed to which they rotated in the start of the match, right? Away from Pochinki. They have to rotate again this match. The question is, will it be as fast without the pressure of a military circle?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Unless something has drastically changed within the calling structure of the team, I don't think it's going to be a fast rotate from them. I think that the odd thing for the Falcons is how are they going to bounce back after that last game? Getting 1v4'd is never a good feeling, even in your games at home. It feels even worse on a global stage. So I do think for the Falcons, they might be reeling from that. And again, it's unfortunate because I think the other games of the day were pretty good, honestly, and fairly successful. And even that rotate there was not the incorrect decision. And I'm hoping it doesn't set up a mental block for them going forward, because it certainly could do. I think for the Wolves, that game might have cleared those heads, though, right? That's the big thing. You could be happy with how Doran performed there and hope to do him proud in this game.
I mean, the difficulty, though, for all of those teams is that third place is still moving, and GOAT on 112 has a little bit of a lead. We were saying it before, right, that 𝐴𝐴PG and DK at this point, if they're able to get 10 more points in today's matches, they've got 3 matches to do just that. They're locked in. They're pretty much locked in already. It is a question of who's going to join them, and all the way down to the Falcons have a really solid
𝐴𝐴PG,
chance
bro.
of getting there.
Guys, let's see how the game is, but I believe 𝐴𝐴PG will win this game.
From 112 down to 96, I mean, you know, it's not easy, but a 16-point gap can be made up fairly quickly if you're able to get into those late games.
𝐿𝐴𝐴 hold is tenuous, to say the least, over in third place. D Plus being 10 points behind Alpha Gaming is certainly not something I would have predicted after the end of day one, but yeah, here we are.
I don't see them using anyone.
To see,
anyone, bro.
Champions, having some of those lifesigns come back into.
Yo, thanks for the give, bro. Much love, man. Oh, lean.
Straight away from Rozhok. They get a nice
it's
east
lean
side start here for them. Towards the center of the circle as well, they should be able to get towards. But you're right, there is a lot of teams towards the middle of the pack, pretty much from 8th upwards, that can challenge for that 3rd place.
How are you, Broski?
I'm good.
There is this case that any moment GOAT could change that. Because if GOAT get a 20-point game in any of our next 3 matches,
I don't see them using skins.
To catch up to them.
Yeah, most of them doesn't use skins. Like they don't even care about skins, bro.
It's still just out of
for the tournament. They don't care about the skins. But most of them are skins, Joe.
Top 3 are looking likely to be. We know who 2 of them are very likely to be, but yeah, absolutely. And then down towards 11th place as well. There is a bit of
they are giving the phone to play on, so they have to log in their account on the phone. So I don't know. It's like maybe the phone they don't download the resources and everything.
But it's still just sort of on the doorstep. But certainly GS have a chance.
They will be given a phone to log in their details.
97G. They're sort of in this state of flux right now, with GS definitely behind that pack, but whose spot would they take with a big game? That remains to be seen.
Let's take a look at the center of the circle at the moment. 9Z coming in from Yasnaya. They do have an outpost down towards the south side, scouting. D Plus also moving their way in. Reject so far have done a fairly good job to start moving up towards the top side of the middle of the lobby.
Honestly, Rejects need one more win. They just need one game. They need to win a game because they are trying.
18 points
really
behind though, and that again, there's a lot of points to be gained. It does require Loops to not have a great game either. So for Reject, they just have to keep pushing all day. For GS, it's a little bit of an easier story, from 71 up to 83, and we've seen GS make some fairly decent maneuvers. It's still feeling hit or miss with that squad. For OG, only 1 point behind Reject. I think OG is
probably maybe no skin are allowed. Probably
towards last chance here, being at 64 points. But again, that
maybe no skin are allowed. Do you get a visa? Oh, I'm sorry, Lin. I didn't see that message. I was so focused on this game.
Again, we were
not yet. We haven't got a visa yet.
Somewhere around the
they keep asking a lot of documents,
pushing up a little bit,
and now we have little time to provide the documents. So it's I don't know what to say.
Very difficult to imagine that Tiamba are going to be able to get 40 points in 3 matches, and for Team Secret, 70 points. No, it's impossible. Even though they're going to win the next 3 matches back to back, you're just not. It's just not happening. Imagine, you get 3 20-point games back to back, and you still don't even qualify for last chance.
Oh, you don't? Yeah, you'd be on
exactly.
81. Yeah, so it's rough. It's definitely rough. I think Team Secret is the only team that is completely counted out here. But even for Tiamba, if they go down here, then they're also counted out.
Pretty much. That would be nasty news for Tiamba.
They have to fall back because they can't push that. If they push that, they might die. They have to fall back. They can't push that. It's too early to die, bro. Too early to die.
For now, they're
too early to die.
A team 1 point ahead of them.
They have to fall back. Too early to die.
Plenty more behind that who would be all too willing to usurp the spot. All important ticket to the finals.
Man, what is wrong with this lag, bro? What's going on?
The circle goes back out towards that western side.
What's wrong with this lag, bro?
Erangel here, this is our last group green. It is also the last chance to get stable points and more so stabilize your position in the leaderboard. I think if you head over towards Miramar, those circles are so hectic. And the big thing about Miramar is not the fact that it can't be played well, but you get towards those end games where the circle can really only support 5 teams. at most, and that's around about stage 6, stage 7. So there's less chance of you. On
What is wrong with this internet now?
Stage 7, you can have like 8 or 9 teams in
If
those
not go
circles,
fit
which
do one
gives
thing
a lot
well,
more
I
chance for our
can't
squad
see this.
to have a strong finish there. But you might just be cut out by luck, essentially, in Miramar, whether you can make it or not. You need to make sure now on this last Aaron goal that you secure that position and make it a little bit easier for yourself, basically giving yourself a buffer going in towards Miramar. That's most important for GOAT right now, because they already have a small lead. They could extend that out further. Their life becomes so much easier on Miramar because they can just play it slow.
Yeah, it's potential to be a little bit more relaxed there. You'd love to see it. You do not want that pressure of knowing, oh, we need to get like a 17 elim game here to do something on these tables, etc. It's
They happen to this internet.
it's really
like
nerve-wracking.
this.
You do not want that on your conscience. Teams are starting to line up very, very linear down the center of this circle.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The internet sometimes will just go off and on.
Everyone wants
I don't know.
access to the
Just
match
go off and on sometimes.
Northeast.
That thing is very
It
annoying.
does start to splay out down towards Farm, down towards Milter, with that lumberyard on the southeast side as well. But on the north side, very much along the road south of Yasnaya.
𝐞𝐸𝐶 do find loops. That's a big deal, especially for the 11th place position. Rafina, lucky to get away with his life there. I'm surprised he didn't find that final shot, but they will look to see if they can finish off some more. You have to hit that, finally.
Yeah, no.
Two of his teammates sending over his head. Lovely bit of stunt driving there coming through from Team Secret. Even if they can't make the points work, they'll try and look pretty doing it. And they do manage to get, you know, a decent chunk out of loops and very likely to pick up another point at least. So well done them. Congratulations.
Well, the big thing
year.
is that getting 2 players out from 11th place, the 11th place team, is actually a massive deal here for Reject as well as OG. Stops Loops from progressing too much and gives yet again another chance for both those teams to put up some strong points here. And with OG being able to play up towards the north side, play in heaven, you know, this is a really strong chance for them to get a good game on here.
Absolutely. They need to regroup properly, though. If they don't find it in time, teams will start to crunch in. GOAT moving in from the southwest side with the Falcons out to their west. Wolves on the northwest of this still D+ ahead of them. GOAT do have a challenge here. They don't really have too many options, and Gen.G already finding their way in.
Yeah, what's up, bro? You man?
𝐞𝐸𝐽𝐸 was trying to scout out Supermassive. I mean, you can't stop off there, really. It's too close to the edge of the circle. They want to get a little bit further. The two from Loops.
Not good at
Yes,
all. Very, very
everybody's
bad.
sending now.
The internet's very, very bad.
You've got to do. I mean, this is an awkward area of the map to be playing in. Still mentioning play, no one really wants to go for that just yet. They're waiting for the circle to make a true decision on where it's finishing. D+ just sends center. They're quite happy with that one to play in that position. Again, Alpha Gaming down towards that southeast side.
I'm gonna restart the Wi-Fi, guys.
More towards the edge here. They will have to sweep through teams, but it's a team that has the capability to do that massively.
No one getting fully stuck into a fight just yet.
I'm restarting the Wi-Fi. Yeah, I'm good, bro. Thanks for joining.
That sweep through, maybe. Papa Supermassive there as well.
I'm restarting the Wi-Fi, bro.
Rigo potentially
because I don't like the lag.
Tianba, hey, they still got 4 players alive. You know, they're fine. They're doing okay. They can still do it. I believe. Well, don't even know if I believe myself on that one.
Thank you for joining, bro.
Captain optimistic today, honestly.
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that. Loops trying to move on through and actually finding an opener to Papa Supermassive.
Yeah, 1 point. That's 2 players is good. Definitely good. But Papa Supermassive losing a player there to a 2-man team is pretty rough. Playing alongside this ditch. Sits around the dead trees. It's a okay position. Put it that way. Will require smokes though to keep teams off your back. Also easily crashable. Your outpost as well is also gone due to loops, which does make this a bit more awkward. Waiting for stage 4 now to pop. Wolves on the northwest. 102 points after that game. True heroes performance from Doran to sit them there.
I mean, I'm surprised that the teams have managed to compact themselves into this area. I mean, the blue zone isn't quite fully upon APG, and maybe that's going to be the go time. But APG can't find the shots, and it's actually Tiamba to draw first.
Yo, what a nade!
Over the top is huge, gets the flush, and another knock to APG.
What a nade!
Down to the southwest, so OG are going to have to move. Can't play that Evan combat anymore. This is big news for 𝐼𝐸 and for Goat and for Falcons, and maybe even for Reject.
Bro,
it's pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, Reject being able to move him from that south side's massive. Also, big chance here now for D+ to
APG. What is going on?
First place over in PMGC 2024. Now looking to top the tables here in Group Green. Will be a great marker for what's to come from this South Korean squad. But yeah, you're right. For Gen G, Inner Circle, Reject, this is all very promising on this next circle.
I mean, it's kind of nastiest, I think, for maybe GS in this scenario. Who are closest to chasing down. Well, I mean, they're trying to get away from this hilltop, but 𝐼𝐸 actually sent up towards this fight, right there, and they're losing all of their players now. Over towards just Alva now remaining. That's not friendly. That's not fun.
Yeah, I meant more as in, like, why is Tiamba suddenly insane at the game? Like, not why are they bad, because this is crazy. They've just taken down a lot of the tough parts of the lobby here pretty succinctly, leaving 𝐼𝐸, who were challenging for a 3rd place position, now with just 1. And Alva, I don't think he survives here, and he does not.
No. They're done and dusted. 5th place at the end of this match with 2 Miramars left to play. I mean, they're just going to hope that Goat and 𝐼𝐸 go down as well, aren't they? And the Wolves. I mean, and actually half the lobby. It would be great for 𝐼𝐸
Right, guys,
if you could all
keep
just
blacking
stop
soon, guys.
playing right now. They'd love that.
I mean, I think there has been a little bit of lackluster performance from 𝐼𝐸 today, but fair enough as well, where you look at those circles, it's been really rough. Finally get to play a decent one, and it's very open. It's a hard rotate for them too. They get caught off towards Prison with 2 teams playing around that location. 2 teams, which I might add, have basically nothing to lose here as well, with Team Secret and Tiamba playing extremely aggressive.
There's a real firecracker about to pop off, I'm sure, there. But GS are crashing. 2 teams chasing for that 11th place bubble. GS moving down towards Sarah, but he has got that outpost to reposition away back towards the rest of his team. Will they be able to do so safely, securely? Regi, though, not so lucky. Spotted on the off angle and immediately flushed away as well. And that's a point added to the tally for GS, with loops going low, down to 1 player. They definitely want to make this game a big one. See how far they can go.
That's an all boot striking from the northern side. But Tiamba's not done yet. The nades, pins pulled, and Team Secret looking to hit the deck here as the explosions come through very quickly. Good damage will find 1. Xerath should go down to the splash damage there, and does. Tiamba decided that they can play PUBG Mobile finally.
Yeah, they've been allowed to open their eyes, it seems, on this one. A nice pick up there. Wolves trying to make the dash now across the open ground. OG trying to stop them. And they have got a beautiful lineup there for 𝐸𝐸. Doesn't quite connect for another knock, but slows the Wolves down a lot more. They've got 20 seconds to get back up and into fighting form. With the tanky getting rezzed as well, OG are on 4. They have to move 2. The question is, where do they go right now, Blank? It's open area to the north of Shelter, to the north and the west of Mansion.
Wolves who need to make their way out, but like you say, they are surrounded on both sides here. Falcons looking for a little bit of redemption from that last match too, as Alpha Gaming takes this opportunity just to swing through. They see the smokes down over towards 9. See, and swing straight back round again. Not worth their time trying to pick that one up. I think for Wolves, this is an extremely difficult run out. They are pincered at the moment.
Certainly are. 𝐸𝐸 taking down Papa Supermassive as well. They take a knock. Oh, that's all the way out the back, actually. So Bond might actually be a full casualty. Wolves crashing across the road. The Falcons were trying to make their life hard, and that is going to continue to be the case as Wolves are getting torn apart, crashing into OG. It's not friendly. I think it's just Bat now remaining. Meanwhile, in the picture-in-picture, the south side is getting real hot between Reject and GS. Those two teams looking to chase for that 11th place bubble. I don't quite know who's in the lead right now, Blank, but I feel like GS might have this one. Reject taking heavy casualties.
Apollo nades his teammate. And that is it, done and dusted. 65 points now for Reject and not much more. But GS do profit off the back of that. 4 elims on that game. Wolves down as well. Egos will go out. It's just Baton left remaining. Good nades coming through from 9Z over towards OG as they try to cross the road.
It's a difficult crossing, certainly. I'm just looking. I just had a little chuckle. I looked at 𝐸𝐸. They got 11 eliminations, Blank. Yeah, we're in minute 20, right? Like this. It's very confusing. I don't think they're going to be able to get too much further here out in the open, but they do have a position in this next circle. We'll see if they can maintain it for a little bit longer. OG also heavily suffering. This 9ZG layering the nades on in, but one nade sent back their way could be beautiful. Falcons having a tough time in the meantime as well. On the other side of it, the other flank against OG, and they find our Valor.
I mean, our Valor's been down for a little while now. OG do take quite a bit of damage there from the Falcons. It was instantly healed back up again. Redox does get knocked though. Ralph will have to send out, try and pick him up. Good shot there coming through from OG. Will take down 𝐿𝐸, and now with just Ralph remaining. This is where you want to see OG push. That's exactly what they do. Well done.
But the next move, again, they are trapped on this north side. Goat have to move as well. Do they want to try and stymie OG, or do they want to try and get closer? Remember, they're defending their 3rd place right now against 𝐼𝐶, who have position in the circle. Okay, nice little pick out there as 9Z try and roll on up, but 𝐸𝐸 has other ideas. He's going to stop them dead in their tracks, look for more spray downs. Finally, a turn on the corner is there, but the rest of OG now need to pick up the slack. AKOP can't do it, but the teammates are still rallying, and 𝐸𝐸 stays alive. One player now for OG to pick them back up. For 14 seconds before the zone moves, they might just be able to roll out as 3.
Really good stuff. Again, 𝐸𝐸 is definitely my favorite player on that squad. He is very slick with it. Some insane.
Bro, I'm saying it. I see it one win, bro. And they can literally get that win.
D+ though, they send across. There is shots from Gen G. I think D+ trying to finish off that fight between them and OG, but seeing their teammates getting blasted out by Gen G in the background, sees them run back towards the rest of the team. 𝐸𝐸 still taking shots, but it's Gen G to do most of the work there over towards GS. For Gen G, this is a big deal for them. If they get a chicken dinner on this game, that does shoot them back up into the hundreds alongside a lot of other squads.
Oh my goodness me. It is really their time to join that fight, it seems, but Goat are still alive, Blank. On the western side, they do have to get on in, and Inner Circle maybe a little bit more happy because they are in the circle on this next rotate. D+ with 1 player left standing. Trying to rack up as many places as they can, but Chips out the open will be taken down, and the point goes to OG, who are now very close to GS, and they're behind Loops on 77. OG with the crash, actually, over towards Gen G's position, and one of them's knocked on the wall.
I mean, for OG, this looks a lot more aggressive. It looks good. I mean, they are trying things today, and I like it. I really do like it. 𝐸𝐸 now on the side wall. 𝐻𝐻𝐺od has to move up in the vehicle. There is a nade sent out. It's a little bit too far, but a nice Molotov will cause damage to be sat down on the side. Nade goes a little far again from Gen G, but GS assaulting from the sidelines too.
I'm looking at Goat crashing into 𝐼𝐶. That's
bro, it's getting hot, bro.
Right now in the picture-in-picture. It's really, really dangerous.
Gets
stuff.
in,
𝐿𝐸 look at a climb, but a nade from 𝐿𝐸 is able to land on target.
Ooh, nice nade.
𝐼𝐸 hopping out, but can't quite find on the spray down. And there's a chime in from 𝐷ianBE, who is still alive, by the way. Oh my goodness me, there's 3 very important fights happening right now, Blank, all at once. As on the south side, it's 𝐞𝐸 who takes down 𝐼𝐸. 6 elims now, placements into 5th place. And there's still that Lone Ranger running across the open ground. And no, hang on a minute. He has got his teammates still going with 𝐸𝐸 behind him.
𝐷ianBE getting
Ooh, nice.
with 12 elims on the match, by the way. Gen.G at 10, OG at 10. You can see teams are really pushing it as far as they possibly can to try and get into last chance here. We are so close in the tables for 3rd place. We are so close in the tables down towards for the last chance. A 𝐸𝐸 finds Quick. 𝐷ianBE steps up but can't find the shots onto a 𝐸𝐸.
Oh, he's dodging
Bro,
down
GG's.
there. Maybe onto a winner though,
GG's,
Blank,
bro.
with Gen.G starting to wane. This could be the time that they solidify that 3rd place, move it out of reach for
Oh
almost
my
everyone in the
days,
lobby.
nice.
Inner circle could have been the
Nice
fastest
nade.
here. OG lock in some placement points. You saw them just flick up into 12th place, but they are still short of 11th. Their game is over in 5th place here. 2 more maps to play. And an 8-point difference between them and 𝐿𝐸, who sit still on the
Man, they take the Q.
That was you shooting above him, dude. It's not that big of a drop off. Finally gets the job done. Yeah, for 𝐸𝐸, you're absolutely right in terms of maybe they can finish here. The big thing is this: 14 elims from 𝐷ianBE is extremely silly.
Oh, dear.
And does see them with a chance.
I mean, it kind of does, right? On a 85-point bubble, 𝐷ianBE on 64 when you've added in these 14 elims. I mean, that's doable. They've already guaranteed a 4th place in the placements. They're definitely going to be less than 20 points, fewer than 20 behind that bubble going into our Miramar stage. The question is, how much further can they go? Because they're out in the blue zone, and they do need to push further forwards.
Yeah, the big thing now for 𝐸𝐸 is if this circle goes down towards the southwest, then I think we might have just secured our top 3. It would be a big outside chance on both our Miramars for any other teams underneath them. But if it heads up towards the northeast side, then it might still all be to play for.
What's up, bro? How you doing, man? Thanks for joining.
𝐸𝐸 covering that run out.
Man, I think the 𝐿𝐸𝐸s might win because they have the zone, but I don't know if they're gonna play it well.
Placement and an elim if they can
But
go
𝐸𝐸s are
in
trying.
and find that
But
last
this
play for
Tian,
Gen.G, but they can wait for him to
they
leave.
want to go for the win, and bro, they are killing
It's
it.
all come down to the shift here, and it's away from them. So
Nobody's challenging them.
Life becomes a little bit more difficult. 𝐷ianBE's gonna.
What's going on? What? Bro, what?
A little bit. Yeah, slight resupply there.
Oh.
Resupply there.
Oh. Felt dangerous there. I thought 𝐷ianBE was going to peek out, take the shots, but I think the wall just covering it off. Very, very tense.
It's such open ground that 𝐸𝐸 have to cross. But which of these players are going to take shots towards them? I think if it was a 3-man squad playing here in Mansion, 𝐸𝐸 absolutely is in a tough time of it. But because it's 3 separate teams on the outside towards the east, I think 𝐸𝐸 might just be able to get by because of the lack of coordination from all 3 of these teams on the other side who don't really want to be the first to peak.
I mean, the fact that they've got 3 players, though, as well, that's going to be really worrisome. They are the main team that has to move, but GS have to let their last player out. And remember, GS also chasing for that bubble. Currently on 78 points, and then you add on the placements. Blank, they're very close to already being into 11th against 𝐿𝐸. Another elim, another team going down would be brilliant news for them. The smoke trains there. 𝐸𝐸 might try and leverage that to actually stretch out themselves.
Come on, 𝐷ianBE. Now's your time to peak. Layton's just been so quiet on the inside. And it actually might let Go get up to the wall, in which case it may not have mattered the circle pushing away from either of these squads. But look how open this ground is. ESO not taking any shots either just yet. He basically smokes for Goat too.
Now the zone will close dead center. It's going to start now, and teams have to move. The smoke's lining up. Tianba have started to push out, but stepping back into the blue zone. ESO finds a play from Goat. That's huge. Finding that off angle, finding a knock against Goat. That brings it into a 2v2v1 now. The res needs to come through. Tianba, stop this res from happening at all costs. They need to find it. The smoke there covers off the other angle. 𝐿𝐸𝐞, where are you? You need these sprays. You need them now, or Goat are going to be back up as 3, up into the wall, and Satan is still there. He's crossing the open ground, and Kraken, he's able to find it. Satan goes low. He's been spotted. 𝐿𝐸𝐞 with the angle on towards him, looking to keep that spray going. Tianba looking at ladder up. They will get second, but they only have the one player to stand, and the nades from Go over the top seal the deal, and they might just guarantee Goat in the grand finals.
W.
Tianba making
W Goat, bro. Man, they all the building.
Messy
see the end
through from those 3 teams. Saiyan does nothing. Tianba does nothing. That's coming.
Alpha Gaming.
That's an international mindset, where as those 3 teams there, you deal with the biggest target first in the lobby, and then you as the solos can fight against one another for the win, right? But that way everyone goes down at separate orders in low placings, and you limit yourself on elims too.
PMGC.
It's a weird one. It's definitely a weird one.
Yeah, it's a really, really weird ending there, but Goat with the good.
And when the Goat,
the goats win the match. The goats win the match.
Goat pull out a chicken dinner. This could be the one that seals the deal for them and gives them that trip on over to the grand finals. Max, what a game from Goat.
I mean, it's not just a great game. This is a team, 𝐿𝐸𝐸, that dropped in Primorsk, almost a complete opposite side of the map. And they go for a quick pivot. And what stood out to me is not just that early game rotation. Their terrain knowledge was second to none this match on Erangel. They knew what position on the western side of Museum they could use in their favor and just make teams avoid them like the plague. And all the teams could see Orangutan, APG, all those western teams just did not want to get in a 200-meter radius of Goat. That position was so damn strong, and you can see by some of the damage here from the players. Kraken, Twix, Vic, 𝐸𝐸𝐸 taking almost no damage this game because their fights were so one-sided.
Yeah, really nice show, and you're right. They went onto that western side, they got a great position, and they were just able to clear teams, just very methodical. I think that's really the name of the game so far in the group green stage, right? Is just this methodical attitude towards the rest of the lobby. They're not going full sends, they're just taking it slow, one at a time, with those timings as well. But really, another really good game from Go, and that is why they're in the top 3 currently.
Oh, I mean, such a clutch performance from them. And not to mention, right, that was from the top of the leaderboards, our 3rd place team. But man, this game really just showed the desperation and tenacity of our bottom squads, man. You saw Tianba go crazy with a bunch of eliminations. OG get a bunch of eliminations. GS as well. You can see they're trying to do everything they can. It's just so difficult with this point lead from Loops, right? They're hanging on by a thread here.
They're just crawling through these games, just hoping, just one point, sir, please. That is all we want, just one extra point. And you know what? A point might just be the difference maker at the end of the day between 11th and 12th position. Who continues in the last chance and who is sent home after these next 2 matches? 2 Miramars is here to seal their fate as we still have some of these replays. But man, Museum, all over the place. Oh my goodness.
Crazy.
D plus Kia going full send onto Gen G. In my opinion, the crash was very poorly executed. Keeping chips as an off angle on a flat train like this
Bro.
is the wrong decision, 𝐞𝐥𝐻.
Bro.
And then Orangutan, more opportunistic, right? Looking to go
Man,
for third
2
party.
nades at the same
That point.
time.
I did, but again, it was just a little bit
2
too
nades at the
late,
same
right?
time, bro.
They
There's
tried
no
to
way.
do something there on the opposite side, trying to just pincer rather Gen G there, but it just wasn't gonna work. The timing was way off there. But we see these rotations, Max. You're right? 𝐿𝐞𝐿 over in Primorsk, a complete opposite side of the map there from everybody else.
That was they had to get a lot of fuel to make that rotation. They had to loot a lot of those to make sure those cars were still in working condition. Here, really adamant to play these high ground positions in this spot on the map, and then they go for the side next to OP Dip. And this is the terrain knowledge I was talking about. That position they had. It's so hard for teams to breach you entering from the western side. So they just held it down, protected themselves with the cars. And you can see Orangutan. They did not want to have to deal with the side of 𝐿𝐞𝐿. So they're like, oh, well, Museum does a fight with D+. We'll go for that instead because 𝐿𝐞𝐿, that position is way too strong. And 𝐿𝐞𝐿, knowing the Orangutan left, they fight 𝐼𝐶 instead in that compound. And then boom,
Nice
full
game,
control
bro.
of the southern western side. Easy peasy wrap up for that chicken.
Nice game.
20
really
points on the board. I mean, that is what they
Nice.
needed. 𝐼𝐸 put up 20 as well. I mean, you can tell they're just trying to pull out all the stops here, 𝐸𝐻.
They really are. Some really good show from 𝐼𝐸, but oh, it's just a little too late, 𝐸𝐿𝐿. A little too late. Just 2 games left for them to put up. I mean, we're talking about them having to put up an equal number of points in both the upcoming Miramars for them to really have a shot at the top 11, right? At going to last chance. And so that's just going to be so difficult. But hey, better late than never, I suppose. I really like what we saw from them. That's the 𝐼𝐸 we're used to seeing. Hopefully we can see that again in the next game.
I agree. I personally, with how chaotic I know these last 2 matches are going to be, especially the last match for sure, I think it's done and dusted for 𝐼𝐸. But that just goes to say, right? If they somehow make it happen, it will be the comeback of the entire year, Max.
I mean, Reject, why 0 points? Alter Ego, why 0 points? Oh, we were having some good momentum yesterday for Alter Ego, today for Reject. No follow through on this game. It was definitely not an easy match for these teams. I do have to say, if you had to be center very early, like your Gen G, like your D+. But regardless, that momentum did not follow through. Hopefully that could be the case going into those Miramar matches. Though congrats to 𝐿𝐴 from 𝐿𝐞 team being your game MVP. 4 eliminations, very important on his fight actually during that push onto the Pakistani team that shall not be named. Actually is currently in 4th position, and they are currently in the cutoff. Here they would not make it to the grand finals, just barely. We need to see a comeback from those guys.
Yeah, but it's different from
𝐸𝐻, I'm gonna ask you this real quick. I'm sorry to cut you off.
wow.
No.
I've never heard of that country. So thank you for joining. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much. Man, it's even hard for me to call that country because I didn't. That would be the first time.
In my opinion, these teams are looking at you. 𝐼𝐶, all
anyone watching me from that country. Thank you so much, bro. God bless, man. Thank you for the support. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Finals, right? What would you suggest? I want to hear from both of you guys, right? What would you suggest for a team like 𝐼𝐶, right, to have to do in order to make it into those grand finals and possibly take out 𝐿𝐞𝐿?
Oh, that's a really tough answer. I don't know necessarily that they should do anything different. I think the way 𝐼𝐶 have been playing has been pretty consistent so far today. Alter Ego, I think, do need to step up and try and get more placement, more of that end game positioning, end game presence. For 𝐼𝐶, I would say just up the ante a little bit here. Not be more careful, but just be a little bit more persistent with their plays.
Max, agree with that?
I would agree. I'm just looking at the hot drops locations right now. So 𝐿𝐞 have a hot drop in common in El Pozo with Falcons. Now that could be a very impactful one. If 𝐿𝐞 go out early, that could open up the floodgates for some of these teams to do a final last ditch effort to get in the top 3. If you're 𝐿𝐞 though, 𝐿𝐴, now we're going on the opposite side. No, they know they might be targeted. They can't afford to go out early. I would say you change your drop location. You go Ruins, you go Tierra Blanca, you go Campo Militar, you go Prison. For all I care, you don't take the hot drop. Otherwise, you are throwing massively. If I see it happen, 𝐿𝐞, for me, I don't want to see you in the finals. Sorry, that would be the throw of a lifetime.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I think that GOAT should definitely mix things up here because personally, I mean, we've seen too much esports at this point, right? I think if you're IC and AE, if you do the same thing and just try to add it up, I don't think you're making it. Like, without a doubt, there's no chance. 25 points is too big to cross. You've done this all year long, right? Why not try to get to the finals here and now? Don't even worry about last stage, right? So last chance.
Yes.
So if you're IC, I'm not going to say something to possibly camp out a rotation. You got to figure out a way to take this team out early, because if they put up 5 points, I think it's over, right?
Yeah.
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 So they need zero. They need zero, right? So, I mean, honestly, if I see IC or any of these teams going down, and this is how I feel about it, right? I don't even want to see you in the grand finals. I don't. Like, I hate it. It's the worst thing ever. You got to do something different. Right, I mean, if this was PMSL, you don't want to, like, you know, upset other teams, fine. But this is where the big money is on the line. Come on.
Okay, he's very passionate right now. Okay, he's a bit angsty. Okay, just he'll relax after this game. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I'm watching you for a long time. Yo, thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much. God bless.
If they put up 5 points, I'll tell you that right now.
Calm down, Hot Juice. Let us talk, okay? So it's too much. We need to hold him back. Oh my goodness. But you know what, 𝐞𝐥𝐸? I think that, like, genuinely to have a bit of a conversation on what 𝐿𝐿𝐸 is talking about. Do you want to go for the hard drop and take that risk? I would not recommend it.
No.
I just don't want to see a full squad out of those teams that are competing for top 3 get towards the, like, late stage, circle 5, 6, and just play hyper passive. Placement points aren't going to cut it. You need to frag out, and late game, we need to see some strong presence here on these Miramar matches.
We do, and I think it's for those 3 teams in particular, right? GOAT, Inner Circle, and Alter Ego. Those 3 teams in particular have a very similar playstyle when it comes to the late game. They play mid to edge. So you're going to see all 3 of those teams actually on the edge of the circle trying to farm out other teams and spread and split in the end game. If one of those teams can catch GOAT early before they do that, or in that push to go split on the edge, they actually find GOAT, see them in the Elim feed, and head to their direction. That could be a huge rotational sort of backstab that doesn't include the risk of a hot drop to me. So I would love to see both of those teams do that.
Definitely. If we have one of these teams that are chasing the top 3 and you see in the elimination feed when you flush out a player, that is GOAT. I want you to, and you have all your players in a healthy condition, I want to see you just rush them right away.
Yes.
If we don't see
thank you so much for joining, bro.
What's up? 𝐿𝐿𝐸 to be a grand finalist team.
I agree. That's what I'm talking about, right? I'm not saying the hot drop, but if you even get the slightest scent, right, that GOAT is near you, you need to be headed in that direction without a shadow of a doubt, because a chicken dinner, 10 eliminations ain't gonna do it if GOAT puts up 5 points here. Now, that's the top, right? Now, to survive to the last chance, I think GS needs to do the same thing with loops, right? I mean, reject, it's such a big point difference. It's gonna, I think too many things need to happen. Same goes for, you know, like Tianba. But I mean, I want to see something different from the teams at the bottom as well. And since you have so many squads having to do that, these last 2 matches are going to be insane, 𝐿𝐿𝐸.
Yeah, they are. I mean, if Rejects had had Tiamba's game in that last Erangel, we would see probably a very different storyline coming through if Rejects able to get into the top 11. But the way it's looking, I think both Tiamba and RC are just not looking where they need to be for that top push, rather. So GS and OG, I'm looking at OG still. They've kept themselves in the running today. I think both those teams need to be targeting Loops, targeting 9Z as well. And those 2 teams, 9Z and Loops, they got to be careful, man.
I agree. I mean, so just to reaffirm, okay, Loops, yeah, they're 3 points away from GS, so that's mighty close. All right.
Please like the stream, guys.
OG are good, about 8 away. Tianba are 15 away, right? So Tianba, you know, Rejects, those guys.
I don't know why this internet is so bad today, bro.
I mean, it's going to be a crazy last 2 matches for sure. And honestly, my eyes are going to be on GOAT to see how they perform in this game. I think if they put up, like I mentioned, 5 points, I think.
But our Supermassive Blaze Falcons technically top 3 is not impossible. I know it's very unlikely, and no 𝐿𝐿𝐸 is going to say it normally never changes at the end of the day. It always stays the same. But, yeah, which is true. But that one time it does happen. Oh my goodness, that would be a hell of a story. So yeah, Falcons, Papara Supermassive Blaze, Wolves, Genji. I know there's a lot of pressure, a lot on the line here. You know what? Even if they do not make it here, 𝐿𝐿𝐸, they're still going to last chance. But then you got to be top 2. You got to qualify now, otherwise it's going to be so much harder for you to actually make it to Bangkok for these grand finals.
It just is so difficult from here on out. And if you thought, you know, group stage was hard, last chance is going to be even worse, because now you've got all those teams in last chance just desperate. You think these teams are playing hard now? Wait till we get to last chance, because that is the end of the line for the majority of there are so I wouldn't want to be in those shoes, in that place, in that position. So really these last two games coming up, it's do or die, because man, I don't want to be in last chance if I were them.
That's a fact, right? For those guys that don't know, we got Group Red coming to happen the day after tomorrow, right? And we're going to have some monster squads joining the fray of last chance. That's for sure, right? So, I mean, that's the last position you want to put yourself in. So, looking at those leaderboards again, mathematically, for a possibility, just a sly, you know, wide shot, it's 9th place. Okay, 9th place could have a shot into top 3. And the way that happens, again, GOAT cannot put up a single point. And they would need at least probably a 15 elimination chicken dinner, right? That's a lot of things to happen. And the problem with this, again, and this is why I was saying, right, 𝐻𝐞𝐤𝐿,
yeah,
is that last game, you know, you have so many teams that need so many points. They're going to be going crazy, pushing everything. So, man, you got to be able to do it in this game, at least in my opinion, 𝐻𝐞𝐤𝐿.
Yeah, it's gonna be something that you really just need to get your head on straight for these Miramar's, Jukes, because this is the last chance.
Well, you know what? I want to hear from Jafar from GS. Let's see what 7 has to say from this guy in their last match of the day, possibly.
Welcome to a quick report with 7WG. I'm joined by none other than GS Jafar. Yesterday, going into Miramar, you had one of the best performances. You ended up getting 9 eliminations, a 4th place finish. Now, with currently just 3 points away from top 11, what is the mentality going into Miramar?
انت بارحه ميرامار يعني ابدعتوا ما شاء الله عليكم. هسه انتوا 3 نقاط من توب 11. شنو تفكيرك لما اتجاه هاي ميرامار بالنهايه؟
والله شوف، مو بس بميرامار، اليوم من بدايه الجيم عقليتنا انه مو بس انه توب 11 عشان نحاول نجيب لنا جيم حلو ونتاهل، بس الحمد لله راح نحاول نركز بقيومتنا، نحاول نلعب مثل البارحه وان شاء الله نقدم اداء حلو.
It's not just Miramar. We're entering today with a completely different mindset. We're aiming to actually make top 3. But it doesn't seem very likely. So more likely we're aiming just to make it to top 11.
Teams are playing lights out. That turned out to be unlikely. Top 11, it's almost right there. I'm hoping you guys can make it. Thank you so much, brother. Back to y'all.
Yeah, top 3 is a little too far away for GS, but last chance is still right there. Okay, well, we're going into Miramar, Max, right?
Yes.
I like what you said. I think GOAT should change up their drop location. I know you're very familiar with the drops here in Miramar, okay? If that's the case, where would you want to see GOAT drop? How about that?
I think I gave a few options earlier. You got Ruins, Campo Militar, Tierra Bronca. Prison was a bit of a meme pick, to be honest. I don't mean that one seriously.
Yeah.
But you got a lot of northern positions. Even the trash loot around water treatment wouldn't be a bad option. I think northern side here, 𝐻𝐞𝐤𝐿, would be the best option because a lot of the lobby is or central or more focused around Chumacera, Los Leones. Those positions are heavily just cluttered with teams at this point. So yeah, northern side, I would say not a bad shout for GOAT team.
Yeah, I'd also avoid
Guys, I need to pick some
anything
water,
near
please.
the teams that are coming for you, right?
I need some water, bro.
In particular, talk about the northern side. I completely agree. Just stay away from the northeastern side. Maybe some ruins, maybe something over there would be a lot better.
Didn't we have... sorry, my memory is it's coming back to me. Didn't we have a hot drop, Gen G versus GOAT team in Hacienda de Patron Day 1?
That's right. That's right, we did.
That was their first
win,
win,
we
right?
see that again, right? No way.
Bro.
There's no way
Maybe.
GOAT risks it.
Maybe?
I mean... But the thing is that if GOAT...
kind of cool.
And that's the thing, is that if GOAT does it and they win it, I mean, that could be it. Here and now.
It's done.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I actually wouldn't hate it. They've got enough of a gap, Jukes. They could risk it in this game and then come back in Miramar. I think they might just have enough of a gap to maybe make that play.
I said that for the memes. I can't believe you guys are like, actually, yes. I was just like, it happened once. Don't do it, please. If you're listening,
don't do
it was a bad idea.
But they might.
A party in Hacienda. That is what I want to see for sure. Well, guys, you know the leaderboards. You know which teams need to perform. We're headed to the desert here. Last two.
All right, let's go, guys. Last two matches.
Are we gonna see that hot drop?
Man, gonna be crazy though.
I know you want to. That's for sure.
I want the APG to win just one game. Then the IC one more game. The Guild is already winning. They win one game already.
If there's one thing I love, it's a hot drop on Miramar. It's brilliant. I have no complaints about them ever. I think it's the best thing that's ever happened when two teams sit in Picardo for 15 minutes. Wow.
I hate it personally. It's horrible.
Oh, yeah.
But you are right. There's definitely a chance for some hot drops. But to be honest, at this point in time, it's starting to feel like Group Green is winding to a close already with Go getting the amount of points they did, the amount of teams chasing. I think it's difficult to catch them up. There's basically this outside chance of a team needing two really strong games back to back to overtake Go, and they also need to be in striking range, which fortunately a lot of teams are towards that 100-point range. Down towards the bottom of the tables is probably the more interesting aspect of it all. I think we can refocus in on the top three after next game if a team starts to chase.
Yeah, I think that's a totally reasonable outlook to take going into the final two matches into the Miramar set. The last potentially of the year for some of these teams. For 5 of our teams, they won't be playing it a tournament again until the new year. The circle, okay. It's not dramatic here. And to be fair, we've had our fair share of dramatic circles. We had 2 military islands back to back. So fair enough. We got a little bit more sane on this one.
Yeah, down towards the south side. It's a very easy playing path into a very easy circle. Papra Supermassive are dropping here. I think Inner Circle, like we say, are the closest, but even then, what is that? 25 points behind. We require Go to go down early twice. On that north side towards Hacienda, there's no hot drops happening there. The closest really is this between Papra Supermassive and Alter Ego, but even then, they're looking to send out and get away. I think every team's trying to maximize their chances to get in. Now, Loops is that marker, and they have been that marker for a very long time now in 11th place. GS chasing just 3 measly points behind. It's also wild to me that all the way down in 9th place, 98 points, is still chasing towards that top spot. Sorry? Ooh. Why did Doc do that? Why did Dammy?
What's Go? Hello? I feel like there's something going on.
Oh, it's a rehost. This
can't be right.
Absolutely a rehost, yeah.
It's got to be a rehost. There's no way that this is just happening, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
find out. Apologize, of course, for the technical delays, but we got it going on right now, so the good thing that we have when it comes to this little reset, is that we got a glimpse of where teams are landing. You know what I'm saying? So we got a nice little psych that happened. We know that GOAT were in Hacienda del Patron right there, right? So super interesting that we got to see, but man, right, a little bit more extra tension before these last two games. You love to see it here, Max.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little bit shocked what was happening, and so I was like, the elimination feed, no. So
I was like, oh,
I was like, okay, no, the doc prank is done, no true APG prank. But yeah, a little rehost here, all fine, going to give these teams a little bit ample time to prepare for this match on Miramar. But yeah, from what I was seeing right at the start of that game, 𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐿𝐸, we didn't see any big hot drops who were like actually going to have a massive impact on the storyline. So for me, we're going to see a very similar thing here going on to the actual first Miramar. No prank, no.
That's right. Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, when this happens, it definitely just gets teams, I think, possibly even rethinking things a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about you guys. I'm super superstitious. You know what I'm saying? So like if I'm there in Thailand and I'm like, no, let's just play a regular game. And then, we get a little rehost happening. I'm like, it's a sign. We got to hunt them down, guys. Like, we got to do it right now. What do you think? Is it just me when it comes to that kind of stuff? What do you think, Max?
Yeah, no, maybe it's just you. I mean, John was saying also that's the game we usually get an island finish on the east, so I don't know. You guys have some interesting theories that I don't think are going to come into play, but who knows? That one time it does happen, it'll be fun for sure.
Where's my tinfoil hat, right? I need it right here now. Yeah. Let's go. Neptura, right? 2 more matches left to go. We're pretty much very aware of the storylines that are coming on, right? Yeah. We got the teams at the top hunting down that top 3, teams at the bottom, right? What do you think could surprise you here in this last game? You know what I'm saying? Or in these last 2 matches that we got in Miramar. First one of the day, we didn't see a hot drop on the rehost, all right?
Yep.
Do you think we're going to actually see teams hunt people down, or is it going to be just another regular match?
I don't know. I really want to see teams actually go for it, but I think they're not going to. I think it's going to be Miramar, just super chill. We're just going to have a normal Miramar match here, Jukes.
I got a good feeling that could be true as well, but I don't want to see it. We know that GOAT are going to Hacienda. That's a fact, right? So they're not changing up their drop location. They're not doing that water treatment split, Max. So, I mean, teams are going to know where they're going.
For sure. I mean, there's going to have some information out there. I was looking at 𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐸. They were dropping pretty close to one team. They can't afford a bad game here, 𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐸. So 𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐸, if anything, maybe you can somewhat fix that drop to make sure you don't have an early clash against anyone, because that would really just spell absolute demise for their top 3, their fight for top 3 right now.
Well, that top of the leaderboard is going to be really tough to crack, but that bottom of the leaderboards is mighty close. Let's see if one of those teams at the bottom can possibly pass up loops here, John and Blank.
And that is what we are going to be paying attention to, right? On the just before there, Blank, you were talking about how it is going to be much more interesting to focus on that bottom side of the tables for this game upcoming, rather than go a little bit towards the top sides, right? Because it is a question of, can a team have a massive game here, and then we'll look at them. So that bottom set, much more prescient, much more present in the mind.
Feels like we're getting a bit of deja vu now, getting back into Miramar once again. But there are definitely a fair few squads that need to step things up. I can't believe Tiambo was able to get such a high placing finish in that last match. With the amount of points they're able to accrue as well, it was a silly amount. I think they were able to get 20 points in the end to close out that game. Still more to be gathered here, but we'll take a look in with the leaderboard when it does pop up on the screen shortly. It's so crazy that everyone has been... It's very, very competitive Group Green, honestly. It's a scary lobby. Whoever chose these groups is really quite mean.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, Group Red will be interesting. Hey, Blank, I think we're going to Bartona this game. Pretty sure. 100% going to go all the way down south. Let's kick it off.
I wouldn't mind it. It's a hard circle, though. You know, 𝐼𝐸, 𝐿𝐶 in general is pretty difficult. 𝐷𝐷, this time up against Papra Supermassive in close range. One player very low, looks to head upstairs, still darting around, has a gun now to work with. Ooh. But just a couple of shots from Rosemary, and he's whiffing here.
Rosemary's figured out exactly what he's got. 𝐞𝐥𝐸, I mean, it looked like he had a bandage there, maybe a stim that he was able to pop. Rosemary certainly has some healing on, but a full med kit here is huge for Rosemary. To be able to get all the way back up to full HP, this is a massive advantage now. Drops down for the Julies. Oh, he's not quite tagging on 12 rounds, but he's only going to need a couple of them. 3
Nothing. First blood.
Picks up a crucial point here against Papra Supermassive.
Nothing to do there, bro.
I mean, I said we weren't going to focus on the top 3, but 𝐷𝐷, they want it. They want it desperately.
I mean, to be honest, 𝐷𝐷 having issues that last game, which is why we did have that reset, where they were able to effectively get away from Papra Supermassive to a very stressful start here versus Papra. But Rosemary, absolute legend in the game, able to get it done versus 𝐞𝐸, who is also a very, very good player, by the way. So 2 extremely strong fraggers going face to face. 𝐷𝐷 do get alive, do get away with it alive. But 82 points for GS. I was highlighting that just beforehand, but it's only 3 points to go. It's not many. This is Loops' time to kick the old engine into gear, because they've been very slow today.
For Johnny, man.
This market consistently being in the danger zone.
𝐷𝐷.
That's really unpleasant of a place to be. I mean, yeah, it's at that lower side. D+, I mean, they're fairly split right now. 𝐷𝐷 is on his own, picking up a pan. I mean, if another player from Papra Supermassive goes down here as well, that is going to be real bad news. I don't think 𝐿𝐶𝐸 knows there's a player on the inside, or actually maybe he does here, knows what building he's in, but they're going to regroup and get out of there. So see if they can stay alive, keep everyone now that they have remaining in this match. They definitely need it. I mean, they're right at the back of the pack chasing. They're just ahead of the pack that isn't. E+ though have laid a trap. And they'll spot 𝐿𝐶𝐸, do a lot of damage, but it's actually 𝑁𝐷𝐵 to find tronB out in the open.
Oh, 𝑁𝐷𝐵 with that shot. Crazy.
Yeah, now, we can put it this way, is that Papra
Crazy
Supermassive,
shot, bro.
their run's done. So we'll be seeing them in last chance now. You go down to 2 players this early on Miramar, you are not finding a lot of points. And in 98, it is a tall order from them. Even in the next game, I think it would be mathematically impossible to make it in towards the top 3. I think for Papra Supermassive, I think we can count them out now as a team trying to chase all those top 3 spots.
Yeah, it would be so they'd need to, you know, wipe half the lobby themselves in the next match to be able to even think about getting up into 3rd place. And even then, that relies on 𝐷𝐷 not doing a thing in this match. So we'll have to see just what they can do. But I mean, just solidify yourself, right? Play for those small ball games. If you get 10 more points this match, in these next 2 matches, you will be very, very secure. For Papra Supermassive, that might be what they're looking for. Anywhere over that 100-point boundary generally is what we said feels very safe, right? For not getting bumped down into full elimination from PMGC. And right now, it's not the greatest of company there, right? With Team Secret getting 24 points only. Yeah, bad time for them. Reject, who tried their best today, and 𝐷𝐴MBA, who out of nowhere had a little bit of a comeback. They're sort of in a possible launchpad position. So I think for this game, 𝐷𝐴MBA and Reject, this is where we can count them out or start to really consider them and have the team start to fear them.
Yeah, again, you do have the situation where this is last chance saloon. This game, everything relies on this match. It's not going to be match 6 that's going to be the decider. It's this one which will enable match 6 to happen. For OG, again, if 𝐻𝐻𝐺𝑜D gets taken out of the vehicle here, now their life becomes a lot harder, but they still have next game to work with over towards top 11. But for the likes of 𝐷𝐴MBA, Reject, for them, this match is so important. I think Tiamba had just a crazy run over on Erangel to set things up here, and it really will.
It's really, really tough stuff from front to back here on the engagements. Teams now moving their way down to the southwest side, around Los Leones, where we saw Team Secret just there, along with OG. Moving down north, actually, it's only GS who are still up on the north side of this circle, north of El Pozo. Everybody else crammed in now to the hills to the southwest of Chumacero. Actually, Papa Supermassive did send over to Bartona. So as a duo, if it goes there, that's one way to try and earn a lot of points, even as a duo.
Indeed.
No, they're now coming back strong again.
It's sort of live it out, really. D+ still looking to breach over the top side of Alpha Gaming. Themselves up in #1, where they used to be is #1. And doing it by 1 or 2 points would really rub salt in the wounds, considering that's exactly what they did to Regnum Kaya last year. A nice central position right now from Reject, John. I think they can play. It's a bit of a split, but they're waiting for zone 2. We know that that is a really big shrink on the circle. So for this kind of split, it's absolutely fair play by Reject when they're center.
Yeah, we'll see if they can earn the points for it, though, on that central position. Next circle, just about to pop. Okay, we're not going to Partona, but we are going to Baía de Mar. And these hills are really very dangerous. APG sit atop them. Falcons are going to regroup. 9ZG taking the town by storm. And the Wolves crunching in from the north, from Ladriera. So, who's going to join them? Who's going to be able to push on through? And that central position for Reject is basically taken away immediately.
It's a bit unfortunate for Reject there. Being so split to try and get a position to then have to move over towards this portion of the map, which we actually haven't seen a lot of here at PMGC. I don't even think during Gauntlet, this is the first time we'll really see this position of the map. I know OG actually has a pretty good hold down towards the eastern side of La Tirera, but they're quite far from this one, and taking that position is going to be difficult. GS, though, rotating in from that west side, should be able to get a nice-ish position, but there's so many teams looking to get towards Minas da Valle.
Head down towards that southwest side. I mean, GS making their way on the west point. Loops now taking that Ladriera hill. APG happy to play up the top on the high ground. Big dogs of the lobby. They have shown weaknesses, though, and will this be one of them? It's not going to matter really too much for them either way. They're locked in those top spots. There's no way that 2 teams will be, or 3 teams rather, will be able to jump up on over. It might be a question of who's first and who has those bragging rights going in, but for now, it's more important for them just to chill out, have a good time, learn as much as they can about all these other teams that they may well very be facing in those grand final stages. 𝐼𝐸, they had that fight with GOAT in the last game where they just weren't quite able to hold out on their compound. GOAT were successful on the crash, and that's really what allowed GOAT to get that chicken dinner, right? If 𝐼𝐸 had got that chicken dinner, this is a very different match, but now they sit not quite 30 points behind playing. They're 25 behind, but a big game here. They can take APG down on the hilltop. I mean, it could be for 𝐼𝐸.
I mean, they are the closest. Like you said, with GOAT losing 1 player, it's a good opportunity to make it happen. Good as any. Wolves also in a fairly central spot right now. Alter Ego are on a long approach. In a circle, take a knock here from Alpha. Sadly, OG do take a knock as they move in versus Genji. He's over towards Falak as well, which is not the player you want to lose.
Not in a moment like this. Definitely not. They'll be missing him sorely.
1 game to win for you
Still
guys,
3
man.
players on side. Next
Just
circle coming
one
through as
game.
well. With Minas da Valle
Just 1 game for them to win. 1 game like this. If they win 1 game, they hold the top.
And we're going up to the north side.
They hold the top table. If they win 1 game.
Going to roll straight past Papara Supermassive and over towards that bridge. I wouldn't be too surprised to see Papara Supermassive going down fully here, but D+ might lose the whole squad.
Supermassive looking to take shots. They're coming in right on the south side here. This is an interesting rotate coming through from D+ Kia. Supermassive getting ahead of them, though, is a big deal. And yeah, this is the team that Z+ has been chasing down almost all game, which feels pretty rough for these poor guys. As their attempt to assault towards the top side of the lobby, it's just not happening. More damage pouring in. Now Wolves looking to finish the job here. 𝐸𝐸 consistently playing split from the rest of the team. He does survive far out towards the end, but I think sometimes he doesn't provide enough support to the team. By the time that they need a regroup, he's not quite with them. 𝐸𝐸 lose Kraken. Ooh. That's to Jafar. Just start to put some points on the board potentially.
I mean, this is big news for the bottom of the tables, right? But it's also big news for the top of the tables. If 𝐸𝐸 goes down here, and right now they are split from their reses with a lot of nades in hand for GS, every single one of them carrying some ordnance there. If 𝐸𝐸 go down here, that stops the third place bubble dead in its tracks and will make it a little bit easier for the team chasing.
DK wants to take the first position. And I'm on LPG just need a better one win, like just one win, good win with few kills.
To keep this one under control with the number of positions on the hill to this northeast side that 𝐸𝐸's looking towards that have oversight, right? I don't think for D+ you could stop here. That's exactly what they're doing. They're just using it to leapfrog, and 𝐸𝐸 might even be able to find an elim for it as well. They're crashing in. They know that there's someone down, someone wounded, and Doran can't do the dirty, not this time around. Not a repeat of 𝐸𝐸, and now it's just Baton on the inside. And guess who's nowhere to be seen, Blank? It's 𝐸𝐸.
It's a crazy setup coming through from D+. The fact that you have 𝐸𝐸 on the bridge, and he's calling that I have the shot and I'm going to get the knock, and the rest of D+ trust him. That's the only way that they are that fast towards this fight, is if they trust him to get that knock and they sail in as those bullets are flying. Wolves had absolutely no time to react to this. I think for 𝐸𝐸, this is one of the few times where it's sort of excusable because that push was insane.
We're seeing a couple of things flying in as well on that southwest side. Blank, GS, and 𝐸𝐸 still at loggerheads. Baton is besieged beneath on the ground floor.
Oh, finally got knocked.
Over in the 𝐸𝐸 fight.
No.
One player standing.
They got the double nades.
On our mainstream, but it's 𝐸𝐸 looking for
the double nades.
Give it a good go, and that is 𝐸𝐸 down. They will fall short.
They got the double knock. Can you imagine?
Target now, 133 for our team's.
Man, I hate this lag.
Too far out of reach maybe for this match, but
make
put
me the
yourself
best.
next door for the next one and see what you can find. Not only that, but Blank, GS, 11th place. Loops, what do you got?
That does knock Loops down, but this is Loops in a fantastic spot atop the hill right now. West side Ledviera. It's a really, really strong position to play. Alter 𝐸𝐸 are trying to put some feelers out towards that location, though, see if they can get something done there. Tiamba, fairly central. They do take a fair bit of damage over to one of their players, but not down just yet. OG still at 3, so despite all the shenanigans happening on Holy Pool.
Polarizing on this next circle shift. I mean, the eastern side is slightly better, arguably, but I mean, it's a tough argument, even at that, right? Like, you've got Minas de Valle sat right on the southeast side, a little bit further north. The compound, obviously, by Gamba, by OG, those two positions. And there's that road that sits in like a river, splits the circle.
Loops finding Wolves. Last
this
player
lag.
there.
Oh my god.
That puts Wolves Loops back into 11th. They do take a knock.
No, why did they fall like this?
And D+ takes down a lot.
Why did they fall like this, sir?
So just as the door opens, it's suddenly closed by one of the best teams in the lobby, D+.
Bro, DK. Man, this guy cannot come back on top if LPG doesn't do shit, bro.
So much work, but they do have to leave for D+. Their road forwards is going to be fraught with danger, I'm sure. The Falcons are a little bit ahead of them, but they've lost a player before as well. Papra Supermassive, they've still got their 2, and they found themselves a ditch.
Man, this what kind of EU is this?
Able to survive this one. You've got to wonder.
What kind of EU is this, bro?
I mean, they've kept GS out.
What kind of EU is this, bro? What kind of EU? Like, this is a EU fight, like. Bro,
OG would love that. That would be brilliant.
This is a freaking EU fight.
To be able to find that opening, maybe even Tianba in their central position.
really question where this next circle goes, because if it heads over towards the western side, suddenly that hilltop becomes extremely important to a lot of teams. It's pretty awkward over towards the eastern side anyway. Although 𝐷𝐴MBA looks like they've got a okay spot to play around with. Getting assaulted on that location of the map is going to come through thick and fast, because a lot of people will want that location. So anytime there's a third party up there, 𝐷𝐴MBA better be ready to rebuff any other teams coming their way.
APG.
But it's a slow game other than that right now. Reject still holding on to 4 players, playing just under the foot of the mountain on the southeast side. And it is this next shift which will determine how the rest of the game plays out.
I mean, unless it goes dead center, that would be the worst circle. I feel like a north shift. I mean, that is kind of the worst case scenario. It could be a little bit further northeast and be a little bit worse. But for a lot of teams, look at the ring of teams that is now
this game is short, because the way the zone is moving.
You've got
Man, a lot of players will die like crazy.
Team Secret all now needing to push forwards from that south side, and they have to pick one of west or east. It is so nasty out there.
Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, for Alter Ego, they actually get a blessing here. We're moving over towards that north side. Cuts a lot of their position in. There is a small location over towards the north side of them with buildings that they can play from. But I think right now they're more concerned at clearing out teams trying to get in from that western side. So that includes GS as well as D+. Papra Supermassive, hats off to them. They have had such a tough game.
Yeah. Looking like Thelma and Louise right now in that car. Actually able to get the repair on it. Okay, fair enough. One of the newer additions to PUBG Mobile, and that might play quite well for them.
I mean, it's one vehicle, you know. This baby can pack a lot of Papra Supermassive players and lives to tell the tale. I think that it's feeling more like a trusty friend vehicle now. Gonna go with them to the very end, and
it's gonna end in you.
Flames.
It's gonna end in you.
Javon might get the drop on Alva.
Don't shoot though.
Wits were about him.
Don't shoot. Yes. Don't even try.
Actually,
you have a full players on you.
In underneath them, under the cover of both of these two teams, holding front against one another, stepping too far forwards. I don't think you can. Yeah, he's going to be able to make this dash, because neither team's going to drop down and crash the other one just yet.
Never. They will have to wait.
More into loops, and I mean, what a way to test your bubble skills right now than have.
They will all need to wait, bro. They will all need to wait.
Of it already a knock center. We know that when D+ spell blood.
Ooh, DK, no, no.
The Norbu and Narvalo with 2 now as well. It will look for the flush. Fabian now.
Oh no!
Just pretending to be wounded, but no, they're ready for the fight.
I love the push from D+, but
no, what is going on?
Play, and they have been disrespecting the lobby all over the place.
Man, DK, this K is going down, bro. But we have Gen J now.
Gen G, though,
going for the
to take position off the back of this one. The fight was very quick though, going through for the Falcons, so they got a nice reset on this, and it is a 3v3. Sadly, Narvalo's down. It's down to 𝐻𝐸.
Ah, no.
Top side, but 𝐻𝐸 whiffs the initial DBS.
S12K, sorry.
No! How you guys push like that, bro?
It's just nothing they could do. One hold was enough. That was all they could manage. And with 4 elims,
man,
draw short of the
just
mark.
miss all your shot, bro.
That means that very likely they are going to be looking in towards the last chance stage at 31 points behind the bubble, with it potential to move as well. It's it's just not going to happen for the Falcons. Not today, unfortunately. We'll see how far they can get to secure themselves into that last chance, but they're doing all right. Again, this circle split down the middle by this road valley. 𝐷𝐴MBA and actually Papra Supermassive.
Well,
okay, maybe not Papra Supermassive.
You've cursed them there. You've absolutely cursed them there.
Okay.
Yeah, that was really mean of you, and you should be ashamed.
How do you say sorry in Turkish?
I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Team Secret. Currently on the top side, looking down towards inner circle, immediately getting shot as they step up. D+ still being a problem, and they take down Rosemary. The solo left remaining in chips. Oh, it's terrible news For 𝐼𝐸, that is painful. That is really, really painful.
It's good news for Loops, though. Another player taken out from their
DK. I knew DK would go after the game there, bro. I just knew they would go after the game there.
𝐿𝐸 healing to deal with 𝐼𝐸 on the north side. They can re-establish.
I just knew it.
They do have to move, though. This zone is putting a lot of pressure on. APG still alive, by the way. They've been marching in slowly from the southeast side, from their high ground, and marching as they go, taking these shots out, taking these fights. Doc, he knows there's players up top. He's not too worried. That ridge line, really difficult to descend towards APG.
Oh no, they're getting shot from the back. Oh more. See.
PUBG's been spotted by 𝐼𝐸 on the top side. Loops versus Gen.G now, though. A very important fight.
Ooh. Absolutely.
This internet, I will swear for them, I swear.
Already over towards Rattoboy, and 𝐼𝐸 are starting to come down the hill as well. Are they going to crash in, or are they going to try and bookend this fight? The knock, the flush comes through onto Rattoboy, and now 𝐼𝐸 are within nade range. Gen.G taking a lot of damage as Team Secret are swept aside. 𝐸𝐸 still have a player going as well, but their run is going to be over soon. Gen.G tried to get out of here. They spotted 𝐼𝐸 over the hill. They didn't want to get embroiled, but Reject are crunching in as well. Oh, Gen.G have nowhere to go. Not a hope, not a chance, and they'll fall down in the open hillsides here.
Damn!
I mean, Luke's getting a lot of value off the back of this, though. 𝐸𝐸 versus Team Secret did really well. Currently, just a solo player left remaining. But for all these teams down towards the bottom, they are hoping that 𝐼𝐸 can live up to their name and take down Loops.
Network with this for God's sake now.
Biding his time, steps up, but Moana's down in the back lines. No trade, and Alva's for dear life in 11th place.
Whoa, what the hell?
They're going to move in with 3 now, blank from the high ground. Reject not quite in position to take them down. Look at the chase. It is on. They are actually up into 10th place now.
Bro, can you imagine?
𝐸𝐸 chasing in 11th place is 90 points. I mean, they've got 4 players alive. It's maybe a little bit out of reach for now, but how close can they get for the last? We'll see what they can do. And not only that, Inner Circle are down on that roadside too, dead center.
And look to push further, and the circle moves over towards them. For 𝐸𝐸, they need to deal with Alpha Gaming. It will be one of the biggest tests.
Alpha Gaming! Oh my god, they're gonna win this game, say. See, I don't know. They know how to play this Miramar very well, bro. They won Miramar yesterday. They're gonna win another Miramar today.
But yeah, 𝐼𝐸 is now the target. In 11th place, Loops see themselves a little bit safer going forward. But 𝐸𝐸, it's not the craziest of points that they need at this point in time. I think they need 7 more elims and the chicken dinner to break even, which is doable. It's definitely doable from this spot. I think that the issue comes is that Alpha Gaming is also in these ending circles, and that is not a team to be trifling with.
They are in these circles, sure. They are getting shot at by Loops. OG get run down by Reject. And 𝐸𝐸 aren't the only team chasing, remember? It could be a really, really close battle going into our last match, blank, as to who's going to take that 11th place spot. But for the 3rd place bubble, if Inner Circle don't get a big
win this game,
here,
bro.
Close to 133,
they need to win this game, bro. They can win this game, then.
If they can hold this side of the road, they can hold their position. But with APG above them, that's so difficult.
Basically, Inner Circle have to win here. Joel knows exactly where the players are. Drops a Molotov down. The util's pretty lacking on the side of APG, but when has that really mattered? These guys are gun skill gods in the lobby.
Bro, can you imagine?
This moment to move over the top. The nades are feeling pretty lackluster, though. Not quite hitting on target. They have the high ground, but they've got to find these shots if they want to move further through this tournament.
Loops across the way, Reject just behind that little ridge, and 𝐿𝐸 connects with the bank just to his right. And not over towards Reject. They move down the hills. They're going to be into the firing line. This is a mad dash for the forward duo now. For 𝐸𝐸, their back lines are getting torn apart.
Man, Rejects. Bro, Reject is going. Bro, is going crazy.
4th place. They have
what the hell?
Points between them and Papa Supermassive. Blank, I think they've already jumped up to potentially being completely safe here.
Wow.
Being on the precipice of getting eliminated.
Sorry, bro. I have UC, man.
This is what the game that they needed.
Can you just imagine?
For Reject, it is so important for them as well.
Man, Rejects want to stay in the qualifier, bro. Rejects want to stay in the qualifier.
APG. Top gets knocked.
Rejects want to stay in the qualifier.
They will be able to pick him back up again, so be able to get that.
They want to stay in the qualifier so bad.
It's the exit from this hillside that's going to.
You want to stay in the qualifier, bro, because 5 team is going to be eliminated in the tournament for the group stage.
Uncomfortable, very claustrophobic. It's not that bad. It really is not that bad in this game.
Well, not for now. I think when APG leave the high ground, loops are going to have a lot more impact onto Reject's spot, right? Because the reason that loops can't peek is because of APG up on that high ground. Certainly not as effectively as they would have liked, but the nades are starting to rain down towards IC. Maybe. They forgot their brollies too. And they are going to have to try and shrug it off.
APG have the best higher ground right now. But if...
Very, very difficult. I mean, Reject's got practically nothing on board. The reason why loops can't take shots at Reject, by the way, is because there's a hill in the way. Like,
yeah, but they can't peek over the hill because APG will take them down immediately.
Yeah, I guess so. They still have to push forward, in which case they're in sight lines of IC too.
That's a difficult scenario there. APG just holding onto this high ground for as long as possible. Top really committing to it.
If they have the top, man,
don't know how healthy.
But it's gonna be hard because the zone is moving.
Have to get into it at some point.
That's the problem, bro. The zone.
They have 2 smokes.
APG.
Not able to get another knock onto IC makes it really, really difficult. And everyone's waiting for them to make that move because the next zone is playing and it is gonna close. Reject more central than us.
And Reject just
bro, he's getting
not a huge just a little bit over towards this end game, specifically over towards Alpha Gaming as they rock their way down this hillside. That's the team they desperately need to take out. Good shots though from Reef.
Well, one is not
in a circle straight away.
Oh, GG's, Duck.
This is a commanding presence to be felt inside the lobby, and they're just letting this vehicle roll.
All right, I mean, use it as that moving blockade. 𝐶𝐤𝐸 stop the tires just yet. But Reggie slides one under, and that is going to be 𝐶𝐤𝐸 going down. Loops
nice!
Fall as well. Reject in with a Chiefus. Is it going to connect? It looks good.
Let's go! I told you guys, APG, they're gonna get a game. They're gonna get a game, bro. APG, they're gonna get a game. Miramar. They're gonna get a game. Miramar.
In first place. It's been a wonderful.
I knew they won. They won in Miramar, bro.
Sorry, a little bit of a scary one come day 2, but day 1 was just incredible, and they've just kept things fairly consistent from there. Miramar they do extremely well on, but for Reject, second place, couple of points. Still need
Reject really try, bro. They want to call up themselves back to the game.
33, I believe, for the.
They want to call themselves back to the game.
Bubble. And just behind them, within arm's reach, is IC. Maybe it's a 2-horse race. Maybe things could change. There's only one way to find out.
APG. APG with the win. Oh, this internet's no good. Oh, I don't tap for Nigeria. Oh. Eh? Make rain never fall like this. Everything good, don't spoil.
And with that game right there, Alpha Game.
See, let me see the difference.
Lay the hammer down on the rest of the lobby. They said,
let me see the difference. Because I think I'm going to restart this Wi-Fi. I think I'm going to restart this Wi-Fi, bro. Again. And we have one more match to go, guys. One more match to go. Right?
Isn't it it just? APG coming in hot. I love how they played this so much, Max, because they had that off angle. They had that top of the hill. They were looking down on everybody. They just wrapped around, cleared who they needed to clear, took 𝐼𝐸's position, and said, done deal. We're going to finals. Don't ever doubt us again.
I was like, I don't really like the fact that they went north and didn't crash onto 𝐼𝐸. And then they just start hitting all their shots. I'm like, well, if you kind of completely counter my point of like how the macro was going to go, but Dog, top game here, over 1,000 damage, 4 eliminations, and all taking quite a bit of damage except for Reefers, of course, but otherwise everyone doing some heavy lifting.
Guys, I want to restart this stream. I want to restart my Wi-Fi on YouTube.
Plus
and GOAT team,
because this thing is making me so mad.
Secure his MVP award here for Group Green, because this guy's been on top from day 1 until the end of day 3.
Well deserved. That's a fact, right? I mean, I'm telling you what, dude, top went absolutely crazy in this tournament. Day 2, again, like we heard from Blank, was a little shaky from them. You know, had us a little worried there for a second. But that day 1 performance on top here towards the end, it was just too good. I mean, what a... things did kind of work out for that kind of like miracle storyline. GOAT went out super early, Max, with only 1 point.
Yeah, very early on this match. It was kind of a tough fight they were involved into, right? 𝐞𝐥𝐸 couldn't really make their way out. I'm sure they wanted to exit the fight, but they were just locked in Valle del Mar itself, really struggling to find any good exit point from there, and it was just the end.
Guys, don't worry, guys. I'm restarting the Wi-Fi because I don't like this Wi-Fi. The way the Wi-Fi is just down and down and down every time. And this thing will stop. Come on, this thing will pay me. You know? This internet did make me the face
off the line for them. But you know what? We did see then a team from Pakistan, I shall not name again, getting some decent points on board. A strong finish. I really want to see the leaderboards, though. Is it realistically still possible for some teams to make it happen? I don't know.
You could name them at this point, brother.
I'm not. I get in trouble. I'm not naming them. Just for my safety. I don't want my Instagram DMs flooded. I am not saying their name.
Okay. All right. Hey, you know what? I'll tell you what. They're going to need every little possibly get. You can see the frustration on AE's face, especially. That was a real tough loss right there for them.
Yeah, it was. I think we were discussing it, right, Max? We were kind of saying they had such a great advantage over Loops, and they just did nothing with it up on the top of that hillside. If they had been able to do a little bit more, they would have easily got...
I was really so excited for them to do something, and they send Rosemary at one point for Alter Ego over to the western side. He gets spotted by Chips as solo. You know, fair enough, maybe they just didn't expect him to be there, but still, you need to be ready for those scenarios as you have the rotations of some of these teams. D+A, big Eastern rotate next to Lossy were just so well executed, and the regroup on time when Tiamba push on them, even that was just a thing of absolute beauty this game.
I love to see what teams can do when they're relaxed, right? Because the moment they aren't really feeling much pressure or any pressure whatsoever, right? Top of the leaderboard.
Oh, guys, I'm restarting the Wi-Fi again.
They were big chilling. They were just like, hey, we could do this. Let's be smart with it. Let's have fun. Let's take advantage of these teams. And that's exactly what they did. It's a real masterclass coming in for them in terms of those rotations, in terms of those splits. This final one in particular, I really loved, you know, 𝐸𝐸 going on the off angle there. But this is what a relaxed team play can get you. 22 points on the board, 12 eliminations. I mean, it's 22 points they don't need, and crucially, it's 22 points that have now been taken away from the rest of the lobby from those teams that really did need those points.
Yeah, because Reject put themselves in a position, actually, 𝐿𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷, where they could escape the bottom 5 finally. They did at the start of the day. They kind of slowed down in the middle, but this 13-point game, does it keep the hope alive?
I also understand what this internet said. This internet just stress my eye.
Maybe make it to the grand finals, because again, if they don't make it, Japan, they're fully out of this year's global championship.
I'm gonna keep it real, right? I'm gonna keep it real here. You know, I've seen too many final games of tournaments, right, to have faith. We see it time and time again where that last game is so crazy. It's so difficult to even get 3 points, let alone more than that. So it's really up to them here and now to flip the script entirely. If they're able to pull it out here, Max, it will be historic in my eyes. I will explode in excitement.
I'm sure Sarah would be so happy to make it happen, but we just got to see the leaderboards. We got to see how many points. If it's double digits, it's going to be tough. If it's single digits away, there's a chance. Maybe it could be happening for them.
Let's
there we
see.
go.
Oh,
A lot. That's a lot. Let's see right now. Okay, for reject, yeah, 9-0. Oh, so by the way, loops. Once they got that position, I was like, if they don't put up some serious points right here, they're throwing completely. So they did that. They got it done. They're no longer the place team. That is now to 9Z, right? GS 5 points away. It can happen. OG 6 points. Actually, no, wait, don't call it. No, that's way more than that.
11.
Oh, that's 11. Yeah, 11, and then you got reject with 12. I think there's too many factors, like I said, going on for it to happen.
Improbable, but if we look at the wins that we've seen from a lot of these teams so far, it eclipses 12 points by quite a bit. So it is very much possible. It's just, I think that 9Z would have to go out early and GS would have to go early just to make that really.
Is GOAT remaining in top 3 until the end? What are we thinking, guys? I think that with that point lead, it seems pretty locked in unless a massive hot drop happens, but I don't see it happening.
It's over. In my opinion, it's all over. It's again one of those things, right, where we have to see something magical at this point, and it's gonna be hard. The reason why, just to back up that data, right, besides what we saw in the gauntlet with 20 players left in zone 5, right, which could definitely happen here, APG just got
yeah, I'm good, guys. I'm trying to set up my internet, bro. It's just giving crazy.
So many other teams desperately need it, and then on top of that, going like that, and so at the I know they ain't got no chance. It's just so difficult to put up double-digit points, let alone just a few Neptura.
Exactly, especially with what we've been talking about, right? The last game of any sort of stage is the one that's the most chaotic.
Frosty one for the history books, or even towards the top. I mean, if you want, genuinely, if you want to eliminate GOAT team, you need to fight them early. You know where they dropped. They went Hacienda. I don't think they're going to change that up realistically, 𝐸𝐸, because I think that they went for Hacienda despite Miramar, the previous Miramar, still being really tense for these teams. I think they're going to go back there if the plane is not too bad. That's a target. You can go, and Hacienda, we know on Miramar is like the hot drop location that teams love to go for in competitive. If there's any place to make it happen, it would be on this game in Hacienda.
I mean, we know it's not going to happen. But damn, do we want it to,
Yo,
right?
thank you for joining, guys. Thanks so much, guys.
Part of our analytical brain, right? I mean, to be us, it's common sense. Why not, right? If you don't make it here and now, right? It's gonna be so stressful, right? So why take the risk? What do you got to lose at this point, right?
If I'm not mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, sorry, I'm jumping in. Didn't you have a chat with Sarah at PMWC last year, 𝐸𝐸, and he regretted not going for the hot drop on Alpha 7, right, on Miramar?
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So in the last, so the year before at PMWC, I was saying reject need to hot drop Alpha 7. They gotta do it. They didn't, and they did not win because of that. It actually punished them big time. They lost serious money. And I talked to Sarah after that tournament, and I was like, bro, how could you not hot drop? And he was like, dude, I mean, we just thought that we were just gonna leave it to play and just play how we've been playing. And he looked at me with tears in his eyes, and he told me, I will never do that again, ever. Next time, I'm hot dropping, you know? And honestly, this is it. Sarah, make it happen, brother, right? I mean, there could not be a better time for you. You are quite behind 9Z. What is that? Yeah, 12 points? Right?
Yes.
You gotta hot drop him. You gotta do something to stop him here.
Yeah, you got to, especially when it's so not unheard of. Like I said before, we've seen far more points coming out of a win or a top 2 in the matches that have come before. So 12 points, it's all entirely doable. Just don't let that pressure get to you.
Yeah, the orangutan were training, dropping APG in the past right during the first stage of this tournament. Hey, maybe use that training for a positive outcome. Maybe go for the 9Z hot drop. That could be a fun one. But I know we go for it. I'm sure some people are just like, okay, guys, we get it. Hot drop would be good. But it's just, if you're at the bottom right now, you're out of the tournament. There's so much on the line. After this very next game, in the next 30 minutes or so, 5 teams are fully out of PMGC 2025. Do you want to go out without a fight, or do you want to give it a final shot, a final opportunity that you take to maybe redeem this tournament for yourself and maybe make it back up in at least the last chance to have a glimmer of hope to maybe go to the grand finals? You have to try it. You can't let your fate in the hands of others here, 𝐸𝐸. You need to take that for yourself and give it your best shot.
Oh, you gotta make it happen right here, right now. One more match. left to go. 20 seconds are left on the clock, guys. Put some hype in the chat. Give those teams, those players, all of your energy, because right after this, 5 teams, we ain't gonna see them until 2026, right? So let's see what could happen here. Last game of Group Green. John and Blank, take it away.
With one more match to go, Blank, it is here and now that teams need to make their stand, to make their mark, and book their ticket forwards to the next stages or to the grand finals. There are a few things up for grabs. There are a few things in the light now, and we need to conclude our tournament here for Group Green. That bubble at the bottom looks very, very dangerous. The top, a little bit less so, but still could change at the drop of a hat. We'll just have to wait.
All right, guys, the last game.
For the last time.
The last game. Let's see who's gonna win. But guys, I think 𝐼𝐸 should win this game. 𝐼𝐸 or Team Secrets.
Which is fair enough, all things considered. I think the teams likely were looking for that, and the team in particular would be in a circle. They don't really have anything to lose. They're the only team that can catch up at this point in time. So don't even want to risk it. Right, as long as they get 5 or 6 points and then just basically hope that Inner Circle don't get a 22, 23 point game, they're fine. They really are chilling. So I think for GOAT, they just need to play it slow. The fact that D+ are down here though is a little bit odd. That is a shift and a half as well towards the north side of the map.
Ooh, that's tasty. Up onto the north side. Hey, it's Tianba in a middle circle. Maybe, why not? You know what? I'm still holding out for the Team Secret chicken dinner as well to cap things off. The gap between first and second place right now, Blank, is 23 points. And Team Secret have 26 points. It's really bad. Not good at all. Very disappointing. Unfortunate stuff. So it'd be good to just close down on a little bit of a high, even if it is a commiseration victory. But I'm sure the other teams will certainly say that they deserve it more, that they want it more, because it is so important. You can see those tables on the right-hand side. With 𝐼𝐸, the only team that can realistically catch up to GOAT. Gen.G with an outside chance. Oh, maybe with a miracle.
The thing is that the GOAT has absolutely caused a big problem for themselves, right? with this circle on the north side. It is a long journey for them. And Inner Circle didn't even go for it. So I think for GOAT here, it's a bit of a problem, because you got to get through 𝐿𝐸, you got to get through APG,
DK. Let's see who's gonna win this one, bro. Pick your top 3. My top 3: APG, GOAT, 𝐼𝐸. No, sorry, APG, 𝐴𝐸, or what's it called? This guy from Indonesia, Rosemary, and 𝐼𝐸. I love those guys. That's my top 3. Top 3 teams.
To be honest, it's unlikely.
But the players, we have Duke, we have what's it called? Doreen. We have Doreen and what's it called? And Rosemary. Yeah, those guys are freaking good, bro.
Harder. No casualties just yet. So hot drops, nah, they didn't happen. And I feel like thinking that teams towards the bottom of the table should hot drop, I absolutely oppose that. I think that there's too many moving parts down at the bottom. You drop on, if Reject say drop on GS or 9ZG, they lose a player, and all of a sudden, GS are hunting them down, OG are hunting them down, and they're at a disadvantage. I think you just play your game as best you can. 𝐼𝐸, maybe they should go for that hot drop, right? They're the only team that could realistically gain a lot and lose not too much by going for that hot drop, as basically the only team that could jump onto GOATs. But GOATs, obviously, they know what's up.
You basically lose nothing. Like, Gen.G would need to have a 17-8 elim match and a chicken dinner to make that catch up. So I think for Inner Circle, it's not even a case if you don't lose too much, you just don't lose anything by going for that. Other than potentially losing two or one players, right? 1 or 2 players. At that point, yeah, you've ruined your chances, but you gave it a good go. And you potentially basically put a line in the sand of what target you need to hit there. But we're taking a look at some of our teams towards the bottom. Loops, I think they're safe. In fact, they're absolutely safe. Maybe they're absolutely. I think it would require a lot. Yeah. It would require a lot. It would require a lot.
3 teams to do really well in the spots beneath them. But I mean, GS, they've started out well, right? They've got another point now. 9ZG not feeling so happy, and 9ZG as well, all the way down to that southwest side. And GS, they are slap bang in the middle of this circle. But very different scenarios for these 2 teams. Only 4 points behind now with that Elim found GS. They might just be able to do it.
Guys, make sure you like the stream, guys.
Some good shots coming through from Tiamba here, but no dice on the knocks just yet. Trying to take those shots, but not finding them. Another high ground outpost found by GS. They will should be able to get the real player over there eventually. In the meantime, we've got Alter Ego hanging around on the eastern side. They can't make it either. This becomes a bit of a weird game where a lot of teams realize that we're going to last chance whether we like it or not. So they're going to play a very slow game. For Falcons, immediately taken down by Wolves as Doran crashes directly through him.
Thanksgiving Day, the band's family decided to invite the women and the children to the holiday gathering without asking them. They believe the kids didn't deserve to be punished, and the men eventually accept them if they were not. They arrived at the house with the children. The man became visibly upset when SSA crashed to the front door and entered. He told his family he felt completely disrespected and said he was not ready to see them.
Extracting points from one another, which crucially means that they're not going to the teams on the bubbles.
It's good. Again, it always gets a little bit weird towards this final match where teams aren't really playing up to par because there's honestly nothing left to play for. I think for Wolves, Falcons, Alter Ego, these 3 teams, potentially even Gen G, I'd say more than likely Gen G, all those teams know that they've secured their position. There's no reason to push much further than this. What's asked of them is absolutely a calamitous approach to this lobby. There's like 20 elims on the game. That's hard. That's very hard. And the chicken dinner to finish off. And those things happen naturally. I don't think you can artificially force those games. It's a case where, we get a good first initial fight. We ran to a third party here. That team's fighting there.
Guys, like the stream, guys. Let's go.
14, and then you can start to bump up the points from there. But yeah, it doesn't happen by a team just taking fight after fight after fight because it's just not possible.
When it doesn't happen, if Loops are going to take you down, 2 knocks on the approach, Alter Ego, they're just going to ram straight into a brick wall, but Snake and Alva still alive. Rafinha on the inside with a mini 14 at close range, acting like a shotgun bow, and goes for the flush as well before Alva turns the corner. He's out of ammo completely.
Nice game.
He needs to rely on his team.
They are still getting shot from the back.
Oh my goodness me, that looks pretty. But no, do shut him down. Loop, stay alive. Alter Ego close down their tournament. 105. They're going to last chance, but they will not go to finals.
Yeah, there's been some weird plays from Alter Ego towards the end of this. Honestly, again, that sort of felt like we're going to last chance. That's it. We're going to last chance, please. Type of fight there. We head over towards credit fields. Nice bit of high ground to play around with. Wolves can play in there as well, but Tiamba in that position. Where's OG?
Where is OG? I don't know. Blue zone somewhere. Lost track of the
very close to getting knocked as well.
Yeah, I think that might be coming through. That's hopefully being healed up. Yeah, okay. They've got some meds, so getting top back up. But yeah, that's a long way from
no freaking way.
When they appear, I mean,
no freaking Rosemary is out already, bro. This is crazy.
Yeah, so I guess they're just looting for ages.
He's crazy, bro.
They're getting to the zone now. That's a long journey. Very, very long journey to take. Reject coming through, taking a pretty swift rotation on the southeast side of things. This is around Loops, who in those final moments, yep, they're able to make it happen, get into last chance. Reject don't really want to take shots at them too early here. For Reject, they are 12 points behind 𝐻𝐸𝐸, who are coming in from the south side, and it's quite a safe path for 𝐻𝐸𝐸 as well. A lot of areas that they can deny sightlines from and stay undercover, under wraps as they move into this circle. Most of the most prominent positions are already taken towards the center here, so 𝐻𝐸𝐸 can play a very secretive game going forwards.
Unfortunately, though, they're close to D+, which is going to make things a lot harder when they inevitably clash with them. The hills in the middle of this zone are really dominant in terms of sightlines, Blank, and that's where Wolves sit right now. I think if I'm any team that's surrounded them, I'm worried about it. The access from the north side is the easiest approach, and that's where 𝐸𝐸𝐸 is going to be starting out. Reject. Ooh, they've been spotted. They've taken a knock here. And APG, they just won't leave them alone. This is playground bully levels.
It's hard to get Sara back up as well. I would 100% say Sara is probably the best player on that squad. Him going down here is a massive nail in the coffin for Reject if they can't get him back into the fight. I don't even think they're going to try for it. They have to just basically ask him to crawl into cover, and maybe then they can grab him. But even so, APG is going to be ready to pick him up quite quickly, and 𝐸𝐸 does exactly that. And with that, I would say the chances for Reject are becoming very, very slim. OG finally makes their way into the circle through water treatment.
Guys, please like the stream, guys.
Needs a large game now to get into last chance, or risk getting taken out of the tournament here and now in the bottom 5.
Ooh. Well, that circle certainly helps. They need 11 points to catch up to 𝐻𝐸𝐸, but that assumes that 𝐻𝐸𝐸 don't get any points this match, Blank. See if D+ can ruin their day. Help OG just about skin through.
They need 11 points, bro. 11 freaking points. Huh. Can they make 11 points in just like how many minutes? It's gonna be hard for them unless they have a lot of teams. Or they win the game.
And target them and take them out the running and hope that you can catch up after that. Because there's about 4 teams really chasing for 𝐻𝐸𝐸's spot. And then a 5th team, if you include 𝐻𝐸𝐸 as well, is definitely not something you can just allow to happen. Losing a player like this, other teams get a massive benefit for it.
It's a nice spot for Reject. A shame they're not here with 4 players. Can be in a very similar location off towards their north side.
Guys, I'm sorry, this stream is laggy again. Man, the weather is so bad.
Right now. Bottom of the tables, just trying to make it happen. Ralph takes a knock there. That is from Papra Supermassive. From B, able to find that one. Dropping Falcons now down to just 2.
Putting Papra Supermassive up on 99. Anywhere over 100 is where we were saying that safety zone is, right? In terms of getting to that last shot stage guaranteed. And I think they're going to be able to do a little bit more than that if Team Secret continue to allocate points to their tally. And crucially, not to the teams around the bubbles. It is a little bit lackluster for our teams on the bubble so far, but it is Miramar. This generally moves to the late game. Papra Supermassive wants the century. They will claim it with 𝐸𝐸𝐸. It's that final triple-digit maker.
Go thread the needle, by the way. Pretty good rotate. They just get to the south side of Papra Supermassive and Team Secret at the moment in a fairly decent position as well. They find a shot over towards Wolves. And I think that it's going to be hard to assault that position. I feel like because GOAT was able to grab that spot with near to no casualties, basically no utility required to get into that position as well, their inner circle's life now becomes really hard. To catch up to them whilst they're sat here, it's very difficult. I think that GOAT's going to remain in the circle for quite a while as well off the back of that. It's not looking promising for inner circle.
We'll see what this next stage brings, though. The circle will show itself in about 10 seconds now, Blank. And a lot of teams on that north side, so potential that they want to use that as an approach route. See, D+ went for a wide wrap around that east edge blank. And on that north side, they're pushing now in towards Gen G with OG poking their noses in. And you're right. I think this might be GOAT having a real solid time. And if Falcons give them 2 points, that's going to make Inner Circle's life so much harder as well. Now, Valo goes very, very low.
What a knock.
Go down. Redox now finds one. Turns it over now to Killer.
Oh, how did he miss that shot?
And he's good for it. Uh-oh, GOAT lose a player. They haven't been able to find an 𝐸𝐿𝐴𝐿 just yet. Now, Valo's still alive. Is there a third party? The Wolves chime on in. Now Valo's still bleeding out. The point's still not allocated. A lot of damage done by Redox, and the threading needles come on through from the off angles. Steps back, goes for the first aid. GOAT looking like there's some trouble about it. The Wolves come on in. Maybe they'll steal this point against the Falcons. Look for that 𝐸𝐿𝐴𝐿, look for that flush. The spray down around the corner, and they might just give that point over, but I think GOAT might be on the ropes.
I think GOAT is absolutely on the ropes here. They might.
Man, there's nothing they can do, Falcon. There's nothing they can do there, bro. It got flashed. There's nothing they can do.
Total. Inner Circle, someone just answered their prayers, and that someone was the Wolves.
Plenty of prayers going out right now, and not least of which, going towards the goodwill of OG. We do manage to get back across with his god. The transition's there for Tanky. I mean, getting across even with the re-knock is a solid option. D+ right on the other side of this compound. Nades are going to start to come in fairly soon. GOAT not done and dusted just yet. 2 points here. Might be all they need to stay safe. The nade, though, is big. Wolves want even more. Around the outside with the bouncer. Gets the knock. It's all up to 𝐞𝐥𝐻 for GOAT to keep them alive. But this will be the second game in a row that they go down. They only got 1 point in that last Miramar. This time around, it could be a big fat 0. It could spell their drop from the top 3. But it all relies on 𝐼𝐸, what they can do. 𝐞𝐥𝐻, what have you got?
GOAT is certainly teasing Inner Circle. We'll put it that way. Giving them a chance 2 times in a row. For Inner Circle, absolutely just have to feel the pressure off them right now. Just play their game. And it is going to require a pretty big one, but that is the 0-pointer there from GOAT, setting the boundary at 133. Inner Circle with 4 players. It has been a while since we've seen a big Inner Circle game. We know they have the chops on them to do it.
They do have that chance. A 9 𝐸𝐿𝐴𝐿 chicken dinner would be what they need to draw level. I don't know who wins the tiebreaker right now. But we'll have to get that info
APG, bro.
As soon as possible. APG going down to, well, one of their players going down towards Papra Supermassive, who are still racking up the points tallies. They're on 101 now. Trying to school the rest of them, but it wasn't too long ago that they were in with an outside chance of getting into those top 3. Not to be this time. The crash for APG. Up towards OG.
OG. This is sad. Getting pincered by the 2 top teams in the lobby is so rough.
Huge. First pickup is good. Needs to finish that flash and gets away with it as well. WizGod backs up. The healing can come through, so no opening casualties, but that nade does connect, and it moves over towards the northeast side on this circle. Blank, I'm thinking 𝐼𝐸 are having a real tough time here, and it is really up to them to change that 3rd place spot. In the meantime, though, we're back on board with OG. Atanki's bleeding out. Aru is down, and D+, they're holding. They're not pushing out on this one.
Yeah, it feels cruel. It does feel cruel. I mean, D+ knows they don't have to move out on this one. Good shots from Tiamba, though. We'll find one from Loops. 2 players get into the building. Top's furious with D+. Like, why won't you join the fight? Sends a big nade over towards him. Wakes them up out of their reverie.
Super shaken from their eyelids. Loops are burning away. That is a flush coming on through. You need that first aid to come off very, very quickly. Last player for Loops. They've done enough, though, today to stay in for the last chance guaranteed. And I mean, that's as good as they could have hoped, really. I think for Loops, it's better than certainly where they were earlier in today on that 11th place position. They're up in 9th. They're over 100 points. They're feeling pretty chill with it.
G just playing things out slow and makes sense as well. Good day from 𝐸𝐿𝐴𝐿 over towards D+. They're holding their own in one of the most difficult fights they have ever been in. With the assistance of APG, big knocks galore, but no elims for OG.
Oh, that point went over to the nade from top. Doc now moving across the open ground. They have to shimmy out of this compound, and D+ have the good side. Nade still trying to catch them, and there's the point that they were looking for. Do claim that one back. 𝐞𝐸𝐿 leading the charge, but 𝐸𝐸𝐸's on the deck. Can he find the shot? Stands up, but no, 𝐸𝐸𝐸 goes down, and they move through fast. Doc low as well, and 𝐸𝐸𝐸 gets that flush going through. A nice pick up there, and they will find it again. D+ now gone. It's 4 elims found for OG. They want to keep this one going, and it's APG to try and stop them. Bouncer off the wall, looking for the nade to connect, and they still need to get out of here. APG down on 2, and it's 2 of the strongest teams in the lobby coming up against OG, and found wanting.
This is India fighting for their lives here, for their tournament lives, versus 2 of the most insanely strong squads in their lobby. Not holding their own right now. It's impressive. It's definitely impressive. It's a market improvement, but it comes right at the end of the day. They've got a little further to go here with 𝐿𝐸𝐸 getting 2 points. Only
oh my, holy shit. Reject is out of the game.
They are done and dusted. Unfortunately for them, they just came in at the wrong time. A little resurgence, but it was not to be.
Man, what the game, bro.
11th place, and they hold reject. They get 4 points for it.
Nice.
But we're back on board with OG getting the nade onto Doc. A little taste of his own medicine. And top now, the last to stand in a 1 versus 3. Can he play on the inside? Can he play this boundary hard enough? He steps in. The DBS does so much, and OG
APG's out of the game.
6 elims, but with 𝐿𝐸𝐸 getting 4, they're moving further and further off into the horizon. It's still necessary for OG to go further.
No matter what happens in the 6th game of the day, at least India puts to bed all the rumors right there about the firepower not quite being up to scratch versus the 2 top teams in the lobby that are able to come out victorious with 3 players on board. I genuinely think this has been a great learning experience for them, and I can only imagine that when they play in their regional tournaments, it's going to be very scary for some of the other teams after they come back from this boot camp. But let's see if they can make it into last chance now. Like you said, the target is still moving. It was 10 points. It's still now 9.
And not only that, the team that is likely to take down 𝐿𝐸𝐸, or most likely rather, is GS. And if they get the points, then they're just closer to that 11th point boundary as well. And I mean, it is a real domino chain that needs to fall for OG to make this one. Crashing through Papara Supermassive might be the way to do it. If they're preoccupied with Team Secret, maybe they can extract value. And getting over here and getting the 3rd party on it, I don't think this is a terrible idea for OG. They do need the points.
I think for OG, they have to start sweeping now and get a little aggressive with it. I mean, they are looking very good in this match so far. 𝐞𝐸 takes shots down towards Dora. I think that's an aggressive push out from him. But I think that Wolves realize they need to leave from this compound at some point. Inner Circle's been far too quiet this game. Absolutely far too quiet. I think that they're worried about giving away those points. They're worried about going down early. But they still need a strong position in the circle. I can forgive being quiet as long as you've got a strong spot with 2 players already down. It's done. It is done.
It's all done and dusted. No 3rd place change around for them. 𝐼𝐸𝐸 could not make the transition from that high ground. Goats lock in 3rd place unless the Wolves pull off a miracle here. Like, it would be a 102 towards the top to jump up. It would be, what is that, like a 31-point jump? Oh, I don't think so. As 3 players, they're right on the outside. In the meantime, though, OG trying to move around this fight. 𝐻𝐸𝐸 moving in position. Maybe they're going to get a 3rd party here. They do have cover off from this low ground engagement, as Tianba still haven't got rid of Ratto Boy.
This is an unbelievable battle.
Guys, who's going to win this shit, bro?
We have 9th downwards still in, barring reject.
Wolf left the party.
It is
what
we're looking at right now.
Team Secrets
still hasn't jumped in on this fight. I feel like they could have come in a little bit sooner.
Team Secret.
Mopped up some of these elims that they desperately do need.
The Wolves down on their last leg.
Out.
One player now alive for the Wolves, looking to get those reses. Doran crawling forwards. OG more preoccupied with getting closer to the zone, but as teams start to fall, the placements add up. And those gap-closing potential positions eke away from them.
Bro, all the top players is dead.
Now, as GS move up to clash, they're third-partying with 3-player flex out.
Just taking shots, they find one. I feel like OG should have made this push over to the west side a little bit sooner. They're looking for center right now, looking for those placement points to see them ahead, but what they don't know is that 𝐻𝐸𝐸 is currently on a 4 side on the east, but Ratto Boy currently dealing with 𝐸𝐸𝐸. Needs to close this out. They can still get the reses.
𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐸 on the corner. Bouncing the smoke. Ratto Boy still not in the sightlines. Has another nade. He's moving around. They've got the players stepping up to deal with it, but they haven't connected just yet. In with a shotgun. Now for another chance. The reses can come through. In the meantime, Team Secret taking down the Wolves on this north side of the circle. Ratto Boy still scrabbling around. There's a big nade on the airburst, and he's able to get a flush. Another nade cooking. And they're not stepping forwards. They're not moving up. They're waiting for these reses, and immediately he steps out and re-knocks them. It's still only 2 players for him to deal with. He's charging. Ratto Boy scurries on in.
Nice.
On the outskirts of 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸's compound, and finally they're able to snap the trap, and it is loops going down, but that is
nice
not
game,
what you
bro.
want to see.
Nice
I
game,
mean,
nice
to be
game,
fair
nice
for
game.
𝐸𝐸𝐸, I wasn't expecting great things
The
today,
WolfieC
but they made
active.
me hope with the position that they had something could happen. But the teams now challenging for 11th place are getting fewer and further between.
I mean, for 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸, just push the guys at 2, man. Come on. I know you want to confirm it, but it's one player. You just play from both angles. He's got no smokes to work with. I think they're absolutely terrified here. And again, I would be as well. The adrenaline must be pumping for that squad, and the nerves must be an all-time high. OG suffering 86 points. 𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐸 starting to earn those placement points too. Makes this all the harder now. GS with a player inside the building, and 𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐸 continuing to try and put up more points going forward. 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 not quite making the flex out yet. They will be able to open.
Oh my god.
It's tough. It's scary.
What's it need?
And there's the backstop for GS getting taken down. 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 goes down to an aid from Wolves as well. As that bleed out comes through, and another point added to the tally.
What's it need, guy? What's it need? Yeah, what's up, bro?
It's all up to Aru for Orangutan. They need him to come up trumps, but 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 are making a move as well. They're flexing out across. On 83 points, they are also within striking distance, but with the placement points that 𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 have to get, a lot of elims need to be found. There's the flush, leaving Aru alone, standing for India.
86 points. We'll go further off the back of this one, but I think for OG, today has been an incredible improvement. Much better gameplay overall, but it just came slightly too late. I do think they'll be fearsome again when they head back to their own region.
No!
I'm not sure they can go too much further here. Good shots from Jafar down towards Baton on Wolves. Well, yeah, I think 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 does have a good chance here. 𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 has to leave this building, but 𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 has to go down soon. They can't be gaining too many more placement points now. Otherwise, 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸's chances are really, really not looking good. For GS, this is the team that has the greatest ability to jump out of the bottom 5 into safety zone above 𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸. The circle just about envelops them now.
I mean, 5th place is 3 points, which means that guaranteed it's 98 at least for 𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸, even if they go down here and now before the Wolves. 4 points if you jump up into 4th.
Woo.
Good shot.
This is how you want it to start to happen, and if 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 are going to be able to pick them up, then
Man, this is a bottom line fight. The team that's in the bottom line is fighting to join the qualified team, bro. That was the thing. All the OP teams, everybody's dead already.
Another point here. Bond on the backlines forces him over. Aru is still playing as well. The battle for this bubble is so close.
That angle from Bond is incredible. I love that. On top of the boxes, looking through the top windows. I don't think anyone expected that when it took down 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 as well. But it is going to be 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 versus GS. Both teams, desperation in their hearts towards this endgame. Aru looking to go further beyond, but it is Jafar. And GS to look towards him. One shot is found, but Jafar goes down. And this opens things up now for 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸, who've been down that look all day. That 14 elim game might be doing it.
GS with 2 players alive. They're looking to chase the bubble. Will it be enough? Are they far enough ahead of 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 that it won't matter? Are GS going to take that spot from them? It's all in the lurch here, Blank, but you just want to close it down now, and that's how you start. 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 trying to rise from their own ashes as they launch the nade assault forwards. It's looking good. They've got it in control, but with 1 player left standing, Bond's going to spot him. The spray down there does not connect, and 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 over the top.
GG's, bro.
Maybe if they can find it, 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 get the chicken dinner. But Blank, is it enough?
I think they might have just made it. From
Bro,
some great finishing gameplay. It was
man, I'm not sure they're gonna make it to the final.
And see, does Bond have a license to qualify? Let's wait and see.
Oh my goodness me, Blank. It's so down to the wire here. I don't think 𝐼𝐸𝐸𝐸 held on though. I think either way that you slice that one, it's not going to be the case that they survive this tournament. They are going to be getting pushed out here. GS, 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸, both looking to try and climb up. OG pipped at the final moment as well. It was everybody who was on the chase, on the hunt, looking for it, alive in those final circles. And we're waiting for the number crunchers to do their job, because honestly, at this point, it's just impossible to have kept track. Oh, 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 though, I wonder if they know something we don't, because they are smiling. They are looking good. Not so happy in the GS camp, so maybe it's not come through just yet. We'll have to wait and see.
Bro, we have to wait and see, bro.
Oh my goodness. The team's on the edge right now. I don't know if they know.
We'll have to wait and see. The desk is going to break it down, but either way, I think it's clear that this has been the most exciting group we have ever seen. What a close down. 8 teams from the bottom of the leaderboard, all giving it their all in those final moments. It's never over until it's over, and 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 proves just that. But are they a point shy or a point clear? Whew.
Oh. I think it might be a tiebreaker. Blank, I think it might be a tiebreaker here on the bubble. I just don't know. I mean, it's so tense. I can't figure it out. Oh my goodness me, I need these overall stats as fast as we can get them. This is really what I'm waiting
bro,
for.
I want to watch the stats, guys. I want to know what's going on.
APG atop the pack. Goat held out. 𝐼𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 couldn't do it. They tried to crash into 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 themselves. But I think, you know what? My best maths right now is that it's a 3-way tiebreaker on the bubble. I just don't know who has it. I don't know if that's
celebration
correct.
here.
I don't know if that's correct.
Celebration in the 9Z.
You think? You think they've held on?
Well, I mean, the admin's just giving them the thumbs up. I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. There's a little bit of a spoiler potentially.
Bro, they really try, bro. Bro, let's see, bro. Let's see.
Are you kidding me? The last game curse could that be broken right here, right now with 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸? Man, I tell you what, if they did it, it was 100% due to that insane angle and stealing all those eliminations right there at the end. What a crazy finish, Max.
Peeking through the windows on top of that box, able to successfully transition over to this ridge, eliminate 9Z, go for the push, make sure none of these high ground northern teams can even compete with that kind of oppression. You are settling down on this lobby. And Bond there just with the buggy push up, trying to go for the squash, but doesn't quite secure it at the end. And they just overwhelm that final player. Bond, what a performance. 5 eliminations, 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 4 eliminations. Neptura Those two guys carried this game hard on their shoulders, but was it enough for them to make sure they at least can survive a little bit longer and go into the last chance?
Oh gosh, only time will tell, but I tell you what, Tiamba did everything they possibly could. I mean, generally, if you have a zone where you've got that compound, but it's, you know, low ground behind a hill, or rather in front of a hill, right? Many teams would just go, we're just gonna hunker down, we're gonna be here, we're gonna let those teams fight it out, we're just gonna wait a little longer. Not Tiamba. Tiamba went, yeah, we have the compound, we're gonna push up this hill and make sure those other teams can't do a thing, and that's exactly the attitude we needed to see out of this team, because Tiamba, we all know it, they were in so much danger going out. Have they done it? We don't know, but this is the actual best shot they could have given themselves.
Man, these guys were out here like stranded in the desert for a month. They were so thirsty towards that end. I kid you not. The second we saw a knock, it was just gone. Tiamba was just stealing them away. I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, they're taking every elimination right now. And the numbers were so dang close here. This game had it all. It really did. You know, we saw GOAT go out once again, right, with a 0-point game, but that lead, Max, it was just too strong. Yeah, so we know who's going to the grand finals.
Oh no, for sure. Come on, it's not budging. Especially the team that did have an opportunity was Inner Circle. I can say their name now. We're done for the day for the group green. That push onto that warehouse, 𝐻𝐸, was, I have to say, it was terrible. Not what we wanted to see.
No, there were so many weird plays coming in from a lot of these teams, and I think it's just that desperation coming through, right? It's the final game. There's always a little bit of chaos in that final game, but man, yeah, I mean, at this especially, I mean, if Seraphina doesn't have any bullets whatsoever, and he's dodging around while you're trying to shoot him with a shotgun, that nade is insane. But, like, come on, you gotta kind of rethink some things here.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the replay of that Eastern fight. D plus Kia, APG, and Orangutan. That was a fight for the history books. India trying to defend their spot there, maybe trying to make it into last chance, but unfortunately they couldn't quite win that final fight. But yeah, AKOP, that nade!
Yo, thanks for joining, bro.
Oh my goodness, then they just go on to D plus APG, don't even have time to fight back. It was such a good fight, but unfortunately, it felt like after that fight, 𝐻𝐸, all that confidence was just lost. All the steam for this team just disappeared in thin air.
I'm so sad for them, because it was looking so good. As you said, they came off of a brilliant fight there, immediately pushed forward, go, we can do this, and then just missed the timing completely. I'm so upset for them, because it could have been so good. We could have seen a very different
this game is crazy,
but it is
bro.
what it is, you know? They just, that's it. Learn for next year.
That angle from Bond, and
I know.
This is so
Bro,
cool.
show the table, bro.
Map knowledge of these buildings, of the terrain. You're like, I know what I can do to abuse that position to our advantage and create an opening to make that move into the circle. As you go and check out the replays on the rotations of these squads, and actually looking at the drops, Jamba, very lucky here, 𝐻𝐸, not having to really budge too much away from the eastern side of La Cobreria, and because of that, free ticket into the mid to late game section of this match, and they can just use that full man advantage to overwhelm and conquer this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just, seeing Orangutan over there just reminded me of when John and Blank were like,
yeah, I'm so tired, bro.
We don't actually see them, but they showed up eventually, right? They showed up, and I did like their gameplay. It's more towards their gameplay style, which I've really liked, that we're seeing more of their usual play style come through here as the days have progressed. Unfortunately, a little bit too late to really do much, I think, here, but still a really valiant effort. I did like those rotations coming through. They just, in the end, just had to send it to center and hope for the best, which they did get 1 point, but at what cost?
Yeah, well,
22
you know
points.
What? You can see the points ringing out right here. Tiamba, 22 points. OG bust out 12. Hey, you know what? I got to give big props to OG, man. For a team, their first time here in PMGC, I'm super proud of what they were able to accomplish. And, you know, rotation-wise, they're at the level of all these squads in my eyes. You know, I mean, we saw them right there at the end. You know, they were waiting for the third party, waiting for it. And we were like, oh my gosh, if they time this perfectly, they got this, right? But when it comes to difference from PMGC versus every other tournament, that 1 second reaction time, right? Their push would have worked in every other tournament here, but here you got to be that one extra step quicker to make that push. And if you're too late, you're going to miss all the action. And unfortunately, That is the problem, I think, with OG. But you know what? I'll tell you what, guys. It's such a quick fix. You know, it's something that now that they have this experience under their belt, I'm so excited to see what they
Let's
can do
see the table, please.
I mean, so cool to see, of course, India back in PMGC in this stage for Group Green. And 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐻 showed hope, showed potential. And I'm sure that, you know, given even more time, that region is going to prosper on the international stage. Don't forget, we do have True Rippers in Group Red, so that's going to be very entertaining. But Alter Ego, 𝐞𝐥𝐻𝐸𝐶, the boys. What's happened on Miramar? Absolute. It was, again, I'm going to have to use this word for Alter Ego too. It was terrible. What they're just falling apart so quickly. There's no substance to their presence on these Miramar matches. And I didn't even forgot they existed, to be completely honest. Alter Ego had a chance, and I think they fumbled it big time.
Yeah, I think they did. It was so weird because normally we're used to seeing such a big presence from them in these Miramar games, right? Alter Ego tend to step up when it comes to Miramar, and today there was no step up. It was a step down for them. These pushes they were making felt very desperate. They felt very just like, you know, just go for it and see what happens. It's like, that's not Alter Ego.
I just looked before this game where they actually, wait, they got 5 points today.
Yeah, on the whole day.
They had 100 points at the start of the day, and they ended up 105.
5 points. Crazy.
No, don't do it again in last chance, please.
Please, please.
Last chance is going to be stacked, guys. Stacked. So from Group Green, right, we got 𝐼𝐶. We got Gen.G, Wolves, Alter Eagles, Falcons, Loops.
Man, show the table.
What's going to be that last T, right? That's the question. What is it going to be? Did Tianma, did GGMon do it? 5 eliminations. It's going to be so dang close, dude. It's so crazy how every single time, we said it all tournament long, Max, right? How these things are usually decided by just one singular point. So that's why, for everybody wondering if we're being like hypercritical of certain plays, right? Because that point could have been the difference, right, Max?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want to look back on an entire tournament and be like, that one elimination you didn't flush because you were focusing on something else. You just miss out on qualifying to the next stage. You don't want that situation to happen to you. So I do think we're going to have a tiebreaker here, 𝐞𝐥𝐻. I think it is going to happen as we check out the leaderboards very soon. I think we are going to have a few tiebreakers, possibly. That's my guess.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. We've had teams on ties all 3 days, haven't we? I mean, somewhere on the leaderboard there's been at least 2 teams with a tiebreaker having to come into play. So for it to come down to the last match and there still be a tie would not surprise me at all, Jukes.
Yeah, there is a tie. Again, folks, it would be decided by chicken dinners first, correct?
Yes.
I believe so. All right, well, let's go ahead and see it right now. It's 𝐼𝐶! 𝐼𝐶, hold on! By the chicken dinner.
It's in there.
Three-way tie.
Three-way tie. Wow.
The three-way tie coming out from
Bro,
𝐷𝐷𝐷.
1, 2, 3. 98, 98, 98. What the hell?
America's going to have a new team making it to the last chance stage, meaning that 𝐷𝐴𝐴𝐴, GS Team, 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴, Reject, and Team Secret
Bro, what the F?
PMGC adventure for 2025 prematurely, and we'll be going home after these matches.
Man, these guys are crazy, bro.
Looks like those handshakes, right? It looks like those thumbs up that we saw from
𝐼𝐶
through 𝐼𝐶.
𝐼𝐶 hates.
Oh my gosh. I'll tell you what. If I'm 𝐼𝐶, I got no more nails after this one. That was close.
𝐼𝐶, just imagine 𝐼𝐶 doesn't get the win.
GG's, but we gotta say big old GG's to the top 3. Oh wait, hang on a second. Daily MVP, it is gonna be Chips. DK coming out on top there, not quite eclipsing APG for that first spot, but dang, Chips taking in the daily MVP. That title is his.
Yeah, daily MVP for day 3. This guy's been an absolute menace for the entirety of D+. Mike, it could have been Nolbo also, we'll have to see. But here it is, Group Green MVP, the man, the myth, the legend. It's top. He's back once again to claim another PMGC MVP award. The Grand Finals, that's going to be next on his list for sure.
Well deserved too. I mean, in day 1 alone, he had more eliminations than majority of teams had points total. Right, these guys started off the day, this whole group so strong, and then, you know, day 2 is like, let's chill out, no big deal. Day 3, we're gonna wrap this thing up and take all the titles, 𝐷𝐷𝐷.
Yes, indeed. APG just have to be on top when it comes to those MVPs every single tournament. It was Doc and PMGO, and now it's PG, at least for this stage of the PMGC. Group Green is gonna be tops and tops alone. I love seeing this from him. I mean, we saw so many cool things, and I think, was it yesterday we were talking about this, Max, where it really feels like Doc has had a huge influence on how the rest of the team use their utility and the improvement that's been made here, and Top especially. We saw so many amazing nades from Top that have helped him get this MVP title.
And I'm telling you, that survival time, I want to add the extra minutes of life he's provided to Doc by keeping him alive with that mini 14.
Right?
He's been keeping Doc alive so much in these matches when the dockening does happen. But no, he is the best sniper in the world, in my opinion. If you don't agree with that, for me, you're just not paying attention. We're not watching the same esports. This guy, give him a mini 14 and he will 1v60 the entirety of the lobby. This guy is a legend. And 𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐸, he got a PMGC award in the past. He's only missing an international trophy. And you know what? With APG, with this roster, if they bring their A game like they did today, maybe they could make it happen for once.
Man, can we talk about improvement from this squad? First off, right? They were in the gauntlet, right? They ended in the gauntlet 13th place with 83 points. But let's go ahead and take it on the stage to wrap things up. Oh, never mind. We're here. That's right. Okay, so we are here. All right. I just wanted to double check. We'll get to the stage here in just a little bit. All right. But you know what? I want to reiterate that. APG during the gauntlet, 13th place, 83 points, guys. They had 83. Now they finish with 174 with the same amount of matches. Not to mention, R8 led it with 154. So they even outperformed R8 during the gauntlet, right? So, I mean, what a massive improvement from the squad, and well-deserved, Max.
Yeah, very happy with their performance. I mean, APG looking great. D plus 𝐿𝐸𝐸𝐸, the reigning champions in the finals. It feels very fitting, right, 𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸? We are going to be seeing them trying to defend their title from 2024 going into PMGC Grand Finals 2025. But 𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸, I want to go on to a very fun storyline, which is GOAT. I feel like a lot of people did not expect this team to be able to make a final last-ditched effort to go into the finals. They hold down the top 3 spot, make it happen. Great to have an extra team from CSA then making it to the biggest event of the year.
Yeah, and I think really what helped is that last Erangel. They knew exactly what they had to do on that last Erangel. They got that chicken dinner. They got 20 points, and then they were like, we're done. We're dusted. That's exactly what they needed to do.
They were big chilling after that one. What a group stage. I will say this, right? This looks completely different than the gauntlet. I can't wait for Group Red, right? That's the day after tomorrow. It's going to be coming up soon, guys. So make sure you have your calendars marked, because I know it's going to be a crazy one. Alpha Gaming clutch up. They get the championship right here, and it's beautiful to see, Max.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait for Group Red. I'm really happy bringing it up because I feel like
Group Red. This is where we have the South African players, bro.
Some big names over there. It's going to be very exciting. But the competition is at an all-time high. And if you've made predictions, you know, out there, anyone out there in the community, I'm telling you, they're probably very wrong because, oh my goodness, this event is so hard to know what the hell is going to happen next. And the next stage is going to be even more intense, 𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸.
Well, I can hear it in my ear. That interview is ready. Let's go ahead and take it down to the 7WG in the stage to wrap things up.
I got none other than first place APG Doc right next to me. Despite underperforming in the gauntlet, we finally got to see APG fully perform here. I mean, this is going to be sending you guys now directly to the finals. How are you going to be able to keep that consistency in the finals, Doc?
За, бидний өмнө нэгдүгээр байранд орсон дөг зогсож байна. Танапагийн хувьд болохоор Gauntlet stage дээрээсээ яг өөрснийхөө үзүүлэх гэсэн амжилтаа үзүүлж чадаагүй ч гэсэн нааша ногоон групп
Guys, this is where I go, guys.
За, та бүхэн одоо Grand Finale-та орох үедээ өөрснийхөө тогтмол амжилтаа
We tried a lot today, bro.
Ер нь манай багийн алдаанууд дээр маш сайн ажилласан. Тэгээд финалийн үед гэвэл юу болохыг тааж мэдчихгүй, ямар ч сан сайнараа хичээнэ. Болох ёстой юм болох хаа.
From our team, I can say that we were fully confident that we fixed the mistakes that was happening during the counter stage, and I will not say anything prediction related about our grand finals because the things that are supposed to happen will happen for us.
All right, smart man, making sure you don't want to end up jinxing yourself. Now, a little birdie did tell me that it is your birthday. You didn't want to tell me how many years you're turning, but happy birthday. You do get the wish of going to the grand finals. Is there any other wishes that you have as you get the birthday cake?
자, төрсөн өдрийн минь төрье. Одоо ингээд төрсөн өдрөөрөө гранд финал руу шалгарч байгаа. Өөр ингээд төрсөн өдрөөрөө чамд хүсэх зүйл байна уу?
Тэгээд ямар ч байсан сайнараа хичээн. Тэгээд дэлхийн авраг голъё гэж ер нь тэгж л хүснэ.
The first thing is that I will do my best and my wish will be become a world champion.
Well, I'm pretty sure you definitely want to be able to achieve that. You know what? Before we even end it here, do me a favor, Doc. Blow that candle and make a quick little wish in your head.
За, Doc, лагаа үлээгээд хүслээ шивнээрээ.
There you have it right there, ladies and gentlemen. Not only is it his birthday, he was also able to qualify in first place out of Group Green, being followed by DK and none other than GOAT. The stage is set and he's getting closer and closer to the grand finals. We have eliminated 5 teams. Don't forget that in 2 days' time, Group Red does start, and we'll be finding out what other teams will be joining APG in the grand finals.
Doc looked like he's been playing too much PUBG Mobile. He's like, I don't got time for birthday cakes, baby. What is this? You know what I'm saying? I love to see that, though. Hey, happy birthday, Doc. I don't think you could have asked for a better gift here towards the end of the day.
It's not. He didn't know what to do with that cake. It was just like, oh, I don't know what to do with this. But
thank
I'm
you.
sure he's going to enjoy it. It's fun times.
I love to see it. Well, here are your qualified teams, folks. Of course, Alpha Gaming, D plus 𝐞𝐸, and GOAT moving on over to the grand finals. And we have a stacked lobby going to last chance. Remember, we heard it earlier. Group Red, the day after tomorrow. So, Maxman, which team are you looking forward to see the most?
Oh, I'm looking at the boys from PL, from China. It's Weibo. They are looking so good this year. The Hong Kong Invitational, PMWC, going into PMGC. They're going to be the big boys to take down in that game for sure.
What about you,
Okay, I'm gonna do WBG fans all a favor, and I'm going to also say WBG because hopefully that cancels out Maxman's pick. But I was actually also going to say that, so you know what? We just agree. So GG.
Hey, I love it. Hey, you know what? We heard it from Doc, right? He said, you know what? All of our problems, they've been fixed. I'm looking to see which teams were able to fix their problems from the gauntlet. I'm looking at you, DRX. I'm looking at you, 𝐸𝐸𝐞𝐤𝐸, right? You got to make something happen for sure. I mean, so hopefully we see those teams pop out on top, or at least show something different than what we saw in the gauntlet, Max.
Yeah, I mean, I had a quick chat with Silas actually just a few hours ago, and he told me not to pick him, so... I definitely won't be doing that. Like, to the point where they send me DMs, they're like, Max, no, shut up, don't do it. Fine. But actually, I'm telling you, one team that could be a big surprise is Team Flash. They were looking really good in SCA. I feel like that could be a big surprise in Group Red.
Yeah, man, Group Red is going to be absolutely insane. So, guys, make sure you mark that. Birthday cakes, baby. What is this? You know what I'm saying? I love to see that, though. Hey, happy birthday, Doc. I don't think you could have asked for a better gift here towards the end of the day.
It's not. He didn't know what to do with that cake. It was just like, oh, I don't know what to do with this, but I'm
you.
sure he's going to enjoy it.
And fine. Which team?
So good this year. The Hong Kong Invitational, PMWC, going into PMGC. They're going to be the big boys to take down in that game for sure.
What about you,
Okay, I'm gonna do WBG fans all a favor, and I'm going to also say WBG because hopefully that cancels out Maxman's pick. But I was actually also going to say that, so you know what? We just agree. So GG.
Hey, I love it. Hey, you know what? We heard it from Doc, right? He said, you know what? All of our problems, they've been fixed. I'm looking to see which teams were able to fix their problems from the gauntlet. I'm looking at you, DRX. I'm looking at you, 𝐸𝐸𝐞𝐤𝐸, right? You got to make something happen for sure. I mean, so hopefully we see those teams pop out on top, or at least show something different than what we saw in the gauntlet, Max.
Yeah, I mean, I had a quick chat with Silas actually just a few hours ago, and he told me not to pick him, so I definitely won't be doing that. Like, to the point where they send me
for the last time the Infinix GT30 series, the official gaming phone of PMGC 2025, engineered for precision, performance, and victory, empowering every gamer to hashtag be the one and hashtag outplay the rest on the global stage. And it was Alpha Gaming that definitely outplayed the rest here for this one. Day after tomorrow, we got Group Red, guys, so make sure you are there. You do not want to miss it. What a day. You know what? The last game curse came into effect once again, Max, man. Is it going to be a thing now?
It is. You started a trend that I don't like, 𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐞. I'm blaming this all on you. It's your fault. You started this, and I think it's going to keep going, unfortunately. I don't like it, though. I hate it.
I do too, man. Change it up, guys, please. Right, Group Red, break that curse. We don't want to see it anymore. That's it for us, guys. We will see you the day after tomorrow for some Group Red action.
All right, see you later, bro. Thank you, buddy.
See you guys next week.
Keep your music flowing. Download your favorite tracks and listen to them ad-free with Spotify Premium. Hit play on 3 free months now and cancel anytime. Tap the banner to learn more.
Eu falei pra novinha que hoje tá no grau. Nico viajando na pegada do marginal. Eu falei pra novinha que hoje tá no grau. Ficou viciada na pegada marginal. Eu falei pra novinha que hoje tá no grau. Nico viajando na pegada do marginal. Eu falei pra novinha que hoje tá no grau. Ficou viciada na pegada marginal.
Esse negócio do meu, peraí. Esse Pablo com a mais pegada. Você não me deu força, cara. Eu digo, gente, que isso?